could you love her? A haunted, haunted house. Oh, could you love me now? A haunted, haunted house. I'm a haunted house. You're a haunted, haunted house. You're just stuck inside. A haunted, haunted house. I'm a haunted house. Why steal the coffins in the thought anyone can love a pretty little mansion?
Time for a love potion, a little sweet and spice. Throw it all in a cauldron, mix it up real nice. Fire in my eyes, stir counterclockwise. I dream of you all night. Filled with emotion, follow the signs. With this love potion, you will be all mine. I'm pulling you closer to me. You're finding it harder to breathe. The magic is taking over your mind entirely. I'm the only one that you see. I got what you want, what you need. One drop on your lips and the spell will take effect. Under the moonlight, stay close to my side. We're burning so bright. Oh, oh, oh. Feel the emotion, follow the signs. With this love potion, you will be all mine. I'm pulling you closer to me. You're finding it harder to breathe. The magic is taking over your mind entirely. I'm the only one that you see. I got what you want, what you need. Before you know it, you are falling deep in love with me. Little sweet and spice. Now that I'm made a love potion for you. Hey, yeah. Little sweet and spice. Yeah. Made a love potion for you. Feel the emotion, follow the signs. With this love potion, you will be all mine. Feel the emotion, follow the signs. With this love potion, you will be all mine.
Back to time. I've been busy running my mouth dry, speaking lines of how to find higher hopes and sensibilities meant for me. Let's dive in, create a problem just to fix it. The perfect fit. We're back to time, catching up on all the things we missed. All our interest. Look around, try to find the people who stand out. The faceless crowd, lost and found. Picking up on the speed of sound to faster ground. Moving on, I can't hold back all the new progress. What I've done best, but how about now? Showing off all other things we missed, all your interests.
Try to let go of all of the nonsense that you put me through. I give it up to this feeling's overdue. You're uninvited. You wanna hold me close, but I know what you have to. Yeah. Why are you hiding? Tell me what must I do? Come to you, come to you. You're mine. It's right. It's right now. Why are you hiding? Tell me what must I do? Come to you, come to you. You're mine. It's right. It's right now. Why are you hiding? Tell me what must I do? Come to you, come to you. I try to let go of.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome. My name is Beewhyan, and today I'm hosting an NA Finals. Man, it feels like it's been a long time. We've seen a lot of great teams fighting, clawing, and scratching to get here. And man, that's exactly what we saw. And a lot of teams did make it. So, but look, today is the final day. All right, and I'm expecting to see some high quality, just like last time, games of Apex. All right, but let's talk about a couple things. Let's get a couple things out of the way. Thing number one, the format's a little bit different. We're going to be going on an ALGS format, okay? So the games aren't going to be as hectic or as crazy. All right, you got to really earn your keep and your placements and everything like that. So let's go ahead and take a look right here. First place, 12 points. Second place, 9 points. Third place, 7 points. And 1 point per elimination. So we're not going to have teams popping off with like 800 points from the game one. But it's still nice. It's still nice, very nice format. And we'd be playing 3 games of World's Edge and 3 games of Storm Point. All right. And let's take a quick look at some of the teams that we're going to be seeing here today. You know, you might recognize a couple of names right now. All right. As you can see, Team Inferno, Ironic Rodents, we are very familiar with them. They all had a very solid, beautiful showing overall. And, you know, I guess there's other smaller teams like Team Liquid, Complexity, you know, 100 Thieves. You guys might have heard of them, but it's fine. And we also Team Lazarus, one of our favorites, who did a very, very dominating performance last weekend. So, but hey, we're here to see these teams battle out. You guys did good in the qualifiers, but now how are you guys going to do against the finals when everyone is at the same level as you? All right. But let's just all not forget, this tournament is brought to you all by Lenovo Legion. All right. They offer gaming PCs, monitors, and accessories. Stylish on the outside, savage on the inside. Yeah, I got it. I did it good. That didn't take me 3 days to get used to it or get it right. Nope. You have literal no evidence at that at all. Now, since we're now at a different level, things I'm expecting to see at the finals is that, you know, no one's going to be taking as many risks. We saw a couple of changes. We saw a couple of teams running Horizon and seeing if they can, you know, kind of dominate the lobby, especially Most Wanted did a very, very good job having Horizon on their team. But I'm not really expecting to see too much variation because it was high level then, but this is the highest level. We have some of the biggest names in ALGS and Apex Legends in competitive gaming in general. So I'm expecting everyone to bring their A game. Because speaking with some of these teams, they told me exactly, you know, some of their strats, you know, not all the strats, you know, because they don't want the caster revealing all their strats to the world, but some of them choose actually different locations base it on their character. So let's say they had a game, didn't go so well with West Fragment, they will actually choose Epicenter, and they may play Crypto instead of playing Rampart. I'm not actually quite sure who has been playing Rampart, but that's an example, all right? Not the best example, but you see what I mean, all right? But that's exactly what I'm expecting. I'm expecting to see a lot of Valkyries. I'm expecting to see Ring 6, all right? And you just see Valkyries all over the place. Gibby is definitely going to be a must-have today. A must-have today. Because there's one thing Gibby does well, and we have seen time and time again, is that Gibby does an amazing job at stabilizing his team. We saw teams have especially when the ring closes, you know, having that bubble, being able to protect you and your team from, you know, Gibby ults, grenades, gunfire, being able to get a quick res off while 4 or 5 other teams are shooting in front of you. It makes it So the enemy team has to put themselves at a disadvantage by putting themselves in your bubble, challenging you. And that's a free shotgun bubble right there. Having shotguns going on. Final zones would not be what they are today if we didn't have our lovely Gibby. But I'm also expecting to see some Caustic. If there's one thing Caustic does well, is he pressure. Caustic pressures people very, very well and making them go, okay, we have to either, especially if you get a down, let's say Caustic has his trap set up in the middle and you get a down inside, you cannot push him for free. Those Caustic traps are ticking for damage every single time and quite a bit of damage and slowing you down as well. So you really need to go, do I want to run into this building for Caustic? Is it worth me and my team? And can we clean this fight up quickly? Because cleaning up the fights quickly is the name of the game, because the longer you fight, the more teams hear you. The more teams hear you, the more teams want that beef. They want that smoke. They want that action. And that's the thing number one you need to make sure you do first and foremost. Finish your team fights quick, fast, and in a hurry, because you will find it to be very difficult to climb if, 8-5 teams, they go wave 1 complete, starting wave 2, and then like an entire 8 other teams come in and stuff like that. So, but overall, I'm expecting to see that. And then the next thing that I feel is very, very important that we need to see is rotations. Now, me personally, I am a Skyhook person. I love Skyhook. I think Skyhook is one of the best landing locations, especially on World's Edge. I stand by this, all right? It's very solid, very easy to take team fights, but we saw last time a lot of people weren't running it. A lot of people were actually opting to try to gamble and guess where the zone is. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Once I have my spot, I'm landing there every single time, regardless. Listen, you know exactly where I'm at. If I'm in any of your ranked games, listen, you know where I'd be at. Kings Canyon is it right now, but you know where I would be at if it was World's Edge. Skyhook, maybe the main zip line building. I'm gonna be doing some type of zip line hopping, because I'm definitely not good at that, and I definitely don't look dumb accidentally jumping to the wall 20, 30 times. So that's not, you can't prove it. Now, what did you guys in chat? Tell me what you guys' favorite landing location is on Storm Point, and as well as World's Edge. I would love to hear you guys' opinions, and so I can tell you guys you're wrong and why Skyhook is constantly the best. All right. But hey, we're getting this lobby ready. Let's go ahead and go to a quick little break. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right. Thank you.
I don't wanna say anything, cause if I do I might say the wrong words. Oh no. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I lose you if I didn't. Till we find what we're missing and compromise. So I'll keep my shoes on and not leaving. We're on thin ice, winter season. Can't we find a single reason not to say goodbye? Oh, if I said what's on my mind, would you stay with me tonight? If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? Run and hide. Run and hide. If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? Would that make you run and hide? Run and hide. Run and hide. Oh, would that make you run and hide? Don't know what to do anymore. I'm out of options, nothing's working. I'm out of service. Come help me now, I'm fucking nervous. I'm trying but can't scratch the surface. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I lose you if I didn't. Till we find what we're missing and compromise.
a place of hardship to a place of ease comes a place of flourish. In return, it's for a reason. That I couldn't say it. Yeah, I don't find time to debate if I deserve growth or if maybe I should preserve coping by hating you. Adoring and say what you want, but I'm not okay with my brain anymore. I'm not okay with the way that it comes. Hardship, misfortune, so maybe before, maybe before, maybe before, maybe before. Find the time to start again. Reason to let mama trust me. I need to find myself and cry before I can. You don't know what goes on behind these eyes. You don't know the loneliness hidden inside. You don't know I wanna eat you up alive. Come and get to know me, my type of wild. I'm the kind that spins you and hangs you dry. Well, I'm already on to another side. If you gave me your whole life, I would still have room for more. Cause I've got that appetite. Baby, I never feel whole. Though you might get me through the
Hey, I hope you guys all enjoyed that lovely commercial break. Hope you guys got all the snacks, all the waters. Make sure you guys are always hydrated and things of that sort. Now, I heard you guys are ready for some sweaty, some moist. No, I don't think I'll say that word. Apex Legends gameplay right now. And let me know in the chat who you guys are cheering for, because there's a few teams, you know, that I'm cheering for, but I legally cannot say their names or else it's considered messing with integrity. I don't know, something like that. A whole bunch of legal jargon that I don't even know, but it's fine. But go ahead, tell me guys, and show you guys the support in chat. I won't be able to see it because there is currently a 5-minute delay. So whenever you guys see this, I'm 5 minutes into your future. So yeah, think about that. But, and go ahead and tell me down in chat, who do you think has the best heirloom? All right, I have my opinion and you have your wrong answer if it's not Revenant. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming to my tech talk. Now, let's talk about the games today. All right, because we're expecting while we're getting this lobby ready. Now, one thing I'm expecting to see even more than what I said before is some sweaty gameplay. All right. I'm expecting to see more teams in the final zone because before we saw a lot of teams in zone, the in-game zone, it'd be like 7, 11 teams at one time. We saw that, but I'm expecting to see like 16. Okay. But look, the game's ready. Let's go ahead and hop right in and see what's going on. All right. Now let's go ahead and check and see what we got going on here. Now we see Xset moving towards Big Maud, Lava City, Lazarus heading towards Lava Siphon, and a lot of teams are going to be taking their positionings on their own. So fun fact, in tournaments with higher ranked teams, they all know exactly where they want to be at. And they know exactly, hey, I land here, I'm going to have to fight for my life. So there's not too many teams actually landing towards Tree, which is very surprising. But look at all the teams landing at Skyhook right now. I called it. See, these teams are people of culture. As we go ahead and swap on over to Xset. All right, we got the R3 run or Zambique. He's actually going to land some very nice shots. 28 body to the flesh. Very nice shots overall right there. We're going to swap over to JB, who's going to be inside, waiting to see if he can collapse on them. They do have the inside train card, so they could just move over there and see, that they can set themselves up for success and make sure that they are not going to be pressured. They want to make sure when they fight, they win the fight. As Xset Clane takes quite a little bit of damage, but nothing. They can go ahead, step aside, and heal up because they are quite far. There's a big gap of space right there to try to collapse on, but they're going to be able to shut up and be just fine. Real nice and fine. The 30-30 right now, man, this is some gameplay I want to see. One of the harder to use DMRs, but overall, unless you're clean, and then you're going to hit some shots and go ahead, crack a shield, easy peasy lemon squeezy right now. Now, Z-Clane's going to go ahead and rotate up with the Wraith Kunai. If you say Wraith Kunai is the best heirloom, I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, you're wrong. All right, but that's perfectly fine. As Clane is going to go ahead and move up, heal up and stuff, make sure we all... Oh, the team is actually close to them. And then remember, there's going to be a team in Geyser as well, so they need to make sure whatever they do it quickly. As Samiz get absolutely hit for almost all his health, and unfortunately he's going to go down because guess what, Xset is like, nah baby, we coming for them kills. And they're going to go ahead and move in and collapse right on top of him, and look, just like that, going to use the Prowler, get them shots over, but Clay needs to reposition quickly back into his team because guess what, there is another team that's on the other side going to be waiting for them. So but you have some great team right there. They're going to go ahead and hand over the Phoenix kit. You're going to be able to shield up and you're going to be just fine. Go ahead, it's just a little dirt in the wound. Go ahead and put some lemon grease. Or lemon grease? Lemon on it. Sorry, my mom has some really weird ways of making sure I make sure my cuts are clean. I don't even think my mom liked me. Maybe that's why. As you're going to head swap on over to Torrent, as Torrent is going to go be head swapping straight into Lava Siphon and see what they can do to see if there's any teams or anything they can collapse on right now. And it looks like everything's pretty quiet right now. Pretty quiet. So as you can see, the Gibby heirloom right now, definitely one of the top tier heirlooms. As we actually see Rambo and Eurus all living their best life. Rambo's a very, very nice guy. You talk to him a lot, and if there's one thing he knows and can do well, is play Apex. As All Glory Gaming is directly behind him with the crypto heirloom, which just came out, and they are looking for beef, and they're looking to collapse and get these kills. But unfortunately, they're not going to be able to get too much damage going on because they did take Jump Tower. And while they do have the Valkyrie, they can reposition to chase him down. It's gonna be a little difficult. You're gonna be hunting some people down here. So we can swap over to RCO Esports, and they got Beacon. They have a have a Valkyrie there. Listen, they know exactly what they need to do, and they have two big bodies, not one big body, but two big bodies with using that fortified legends, going ahead and be able to take 15% less damage, and as well not being slowed by bullets. They're going to be coming in, but it looks like they're going to be coming in straight onto another team that is shooting directly at them. And Holiday actually gets quite a little bit of damage done to him. He needs to go ahead and be careful and see, but they're going to be able to have bubble. They need to be careful because there is quite a few teams that are all converging on the spot. As Glory Gaming is right here in front of them. Lava Siphon is about to become a war zone right now. It was nice, calm, and tranquil, and now it's looking like there is teams already setting themselves up to make sure that they know exactly what's going on. I was going to see some, Jaguares is going to be able to throw some shots down with the 30-30. Nothing too meaningful just yet, but it's fine. They secure their position. They let people know, hey, you push this way, there's going to be some beef, and I hope you're ready for that beef. Remember, guys, that they are vegetarian, and they are not scared of him. All right, if you guys get that reference, you are old enough. All right, you listen, you're entitled to financial compensation. All right, it's kind of the same thing as like another popular movie franchise. You know, whatever. We're focused on the gameplay. All right, we're gonna go ahead and see the, you know, the Sentinel go ahead and put some work in. They're not gonna be able to charge it up this round because remember, the longer they get, there's one sentiment that I carry no matter what tournament I do is this: the longer the games go on, the sweatier the games are going to get. As we see 103 Scurvy right now, going to go ahead and hit some nice shots. Go ahead, you know, do a little quick little 90 to somebody on the body, but they look, they're gonna be a little scared, but you know, nothing too damaging. But listen, you have a Gibby with a purple shield. That while you have a white shield, that's terrifying. All right, because it's basically a red shield right there, or red plus. All right, as you're gonna put some shots down, nothing too crazy. You know, they're gonna be able to rotate in, shield up. But as you can see, there's a lot of teams claiming these buildings right now in Siphon. And yeah, you might want to be careful, Vaxian, because there's some people who want you kind of in the box. They want you to go ahead and see, especially be able to kill 100 these names. And man, that's a pretty big thing. But they need to be careful because they're in the middle of two teams right now, as not two teams are shooting directly at them. So you might want to go ahead, chill up. They're in the middle of a couple people, but it's fine. Nothing's too threatening right now. But one thing I will say for sure is that they need to be careful here. That is for sure. You see, they're just going to try to set themselves up and watch all around and make sure that no one is able to collapse directly on them. But one thing they need to be careful is because Lazarus is right on the other side. And if you guys remember anything, Lazarus was actually one of a team that had dominated our Saturday tournament. And so I'm sure they're going to be looking to do this. As you can see, there's 18 teams already. No one has made a move. Everyone right now is going to secure their positions. So that's why you'll see a Valkyrie on every, not some teams, on my guess is on every team, because everyone wants to know where zone is and they want to be able to rotate in and out when they need to. But it looks like 100 Thieves knows that there's a lot of people there opting to go ahead and opt to swap out and get into a little bit better position. Definitely a very good call. As they're going to swap out, they do see another team shooting at them, but they're not going to be under real pressure. Going to be able to rotate over and, you know, be able to get themselves to some nice safe area. They would see people, and they actually looked in a pretty optimal spot because they're able to actually see a lot of the lobby and identified where a lot of these teams are right now, which is very good. As you go ahead, swap on over the rent-free, you know, the wingman car. Listen, you push your FPS, it's all over. All right, it's all over for you. They have the wingman in the car. Up close range is where they thrive right here. They spotted another team. They're gonna go ahead, throw the tactical and see if they can get some hits, but unfortunately not too many hits right now. But they know exactly where they are. The main thing they're trying to do is hold their position, because what they don't want is a team to move up slowly yet surely. You definitely want to add and pressure teams as much as you can, because you do not want to hear other teams moving up thinking something is free, thinking something, hey, no one's here, let's move up. They move up, and then just like that, bam, it's a rough day to be in. You see there, everybody's just taking some pop shots. No one's really committing just yet. Team died off screen, unfortunately. But hey, listen, don't worry, buddy. You have 5 more games. That's right. You guys have 5 more games with me, as we actually see Team Liquid inside of zone right now. And they're a little in pain right now, but you know, hey, they are doing just fine. They're not too far off zone. Definitely look like they're trying to make sure to get all the crafting and get everything, all loot, everything they need. But it's perfectly fine, as we actually 100 Thieves are opting to go ahead and try to hold under bridge. Under bridge is a very solid position because you do have a very good head glitch. However, if any team pushes that bridge behind you coming from Lava City, it's you're gonna be in a little bit of a rough spot. All right, but hey, everybody's fine. We're just seeing a lot of poke right now because everyone's trying to feel exactly where is this lobby at. Where are we all mentally? Are we some W King lobby, or are we all just, you know, playing passive, try to make sure we secure locations and acquire placement points? Because remember, placement points this game is not the same as last game. All right, this game you have to earn. You have to earn your placement points, because the first place you get 20. Not only you get 25 points. That's much different than our 50 points. You get less than half, or you get half of what you got last tournament. So everyone's trying to play very careful, play very slow, and we're gonna actually see Complexity try to rotate out and see if they can see exactly where everybody in the lobby is. As you see, another team has already used their Valkyrie ult right on top, and it looks like everyone's going to be playing directly on the edge of this lava siphon right now, and that spot is about to be hot, as these Complexity are actually going to be landing right on top of 100 Thieves, right behind them. And exactly what I'm saying, they need to be careful, because they're going to be coming around, turn, look at bridge, and they're going to see a big body. They're going to see Gibby's self right there, and they're definitely going to want to collapse and see if they can try to, you know, put some nice shots down on them. as you're going to see there, but they're just looks like they're mostly opting to try to find some loot. They do have time. Round 2 did close not too long ago, and in round 3 will be start closing soon in 45 seconds, but they have time. They don't need to worry. I'm sure 100 things have to notice though that a team has rotated behind them. They're definitely going to be playing a little bit more cautious here, but it looks like they're going to try to build up some shields and some materials to make sure that they are equipped and well ready for this fight, because remember, everyone knows who's in this lobby. Some of these big names from ALGS, and they know they're gonna need materials. They need to bring their A game. As Team Inferno's here with the Loba. Yes, I love to see it. I love to see some non-of meta picks right now, and they're gonna be trying to get some shots. Not too many shots gonna be able to be heard. It's 16 damage, nothing too meaningful, but just enough to say, hey, don't come back down this way. You better take yourself back over towards Lava City safely, as they're going to go ahead and use the skyline to go ahead and switch on over. But look, Team Inferno actually is going to be rotating right on top of 100 Thieves, and they're going to be seeing what they can do. They have to know that each other are here. They have to definitely be able to hear those shots. Unfortunately, the Valkyrie is not going to be able to do too much here, because they definitely have a car and PK. PK is great, but not great at the reach, as it looks like Fury is actually taking some shots right now. Hands needs to be careful, because there is definitely some hate going on outside, but they have enough time. They have the Watson ultimate. So what they're going to be doing right now is going to set themselves up and see if they can make sure they make it as expensive as possible for a team to commit to them, which is one of the best things you can do as a Watson. So Watson, and the reason why we don't see a lot of Watson is because Watson only excels in enclosed spaces. Not saying that she can't excel in outside spaces, but she requires a little bit more setup. While Caustic, generally speaking, is going to do a little bit better, or especially with the ultimate doing a little bit better, being able to delete and cause a little bit of pressure as well, being able to be thrown, which is probably one of the biggest things, and as much damage and is slow. So overall, generally speaking, you'll see a lot more teams pick Caustic over Watson. But however, the Watson pick is not a bad pick, especially with a recent buff making her cooldown go for 15 seconds for a pylon. Very, very nice. As you actually see, Team Liquid going to see if they can try to pressure some teams down right now. Fun already has the head glitch right now, but it looks like a ultimate is going ahead and be dropped right on him. As you see, the caustic barrels of what I say, they're going to be causing pressure, going to make it a very difficult thing, as Nox is actually going to be able to get some nice shots in there and get the break down that door and see if they can try to get some things done. But it looks like there is multiple ultimates coming in right now, dropping right on top of them. But whatever they do, they need to do it quick, fast, and in a hurry, because remember, there's more than 5 teams in this area. They're actually going to have Nox go ahead and use the portal and try to get themselves somewhere safely, which is definitely an optimal pick right now, because right now it is a rough time to be in the middle of these buildings and having all these teams trying to push you. As Global Rodents, one of our people who are doing very well and a very good job, is going to be here fighting for the lives. So you see there's a lot of teams fighting right now, doing everything they can to succeed. In Team Inferno, they do have some KP, but what they don't have is a solid position right now. And Team Liquid has taken a lot of damage. It's definitely gonna have to throw down the Gibby bubble, but they're gonna be just fine to be able to shield up right now. And there's 4 teams all in this area, all around these zip lines, seeing what they can do to see who is going to make the first mistake and commit. As we already see, a team has already been eliminated, but one thing we haven't seen is these teams committing to each other just yet. They're gonna just keep poking and see. Everybody's repositioning, trying to see who is gonna make the first mistake, who's gonna make the first overcommitment and fold. And then Glide is gonna take some shots with the Wingman, nothing too dangerous right now. They're gonna do everything they can, see if they can go ahead and try to pop some shots right now, hitting some fresh 45, but it looks like no one is giving each other a chance to do any meaningful damage right now. However, they're going to have to move because they are outside of zone. Rodents is going to be just fine, because Rodents, they're right on zone. The edge of the building's in zone, so they're going to be better off than some other teams. And remember, this is about to be round 4 hitting, and round 4 hits a little bit different than round 3. So you're definitely going to want to, get to moving along. As you guys are going to see, Team Inferno, they don't have a building right now. They're right outside. Everyone is just waiting and doing everything they can to play calmly and collected. I couldn't do this. I would W key. As Team Liquid is taking a lot of damage right now. Glide and Fun is going to be getting roasted, but they're going to be able to heal up right now. And Nock is going to see if they can try to set themselves up, because what's going to happen is everyone's going to claim a floor in a corner of this building. And once they claim that floor/building, Oh yeah, they're gonna hold that on to hold that positioning on for dear life. As Lucky is gonna go ahead throw and get a very nice grenade right now, very well timed grenade off that bubble, and they're actually gonna push window and see what they can do. As they're gonna go ahead and put some shots down. They're not too many shots, missing a couple, but they're gonna be at that pressure, which is the most important thing. As Casellos takes a lot of damage right there, but they're gonna go try to rotate on back. As we see, Kodagami is right here looking at everyone, just holding it down, making sure no one rotates behind them. And you see the Ash tactical coming off, doing a fresh 25 damage, and the slow, the tether. It's a lot of pressure, giving you an idea of, all right, there's a person here doing some very solid tactical overall. Let's see, W is right here holding a high ground, looking down at everyone with the Spitfire right now. Now you see Team Unlucky is going to go ahead and crack 2 shields. Kodagami showing, listen, this may be a wingman, but this wingman hit hard right now. He's going to hit some shots, but once again, we're not seeing that commitment yet because they want to make sure they are holding the area. Unless you are CLG right now, who threw a custom ultimate. This is the first girl I was telling you about. That custom ultimate is just you throw it and it causes teams to have to move. And that's exactly what CLG wants. They want teams moving, all right? They don't want people holding these areas. They're going to drop some bubbles. They're going to drop the bubble and drop some custom traps. As he hits another 65, but unfortunately gets greedy. He's going to go down. And Mama's going down. And Nail goes down. And just like that, they are getting obliterated. V goes down and boom. Just like that, they have been eliminated by Most Hated, who was one of our champions from our last games. They came in and say, listen, you guys are in my world right now. As we see, Onmu actually has a Kraber, and he is looking for beef, waiting for them shots. He is a full magazine, ready to let that thing ring. And just like that, and unfortunately gonna miss a shot, and now the lobby knows, all right, you have a Kraber, but he doesn't miss that shot as he hits Team Liquid Glitter right there, and man, putting him straight into the dirt. And you got to remember, there is a lot of teams, and as soon as you hit that res button, they're going to know for sure that, oh yeah, we need to push that. As he hits another shot right there. Ugh, disgusting shots right now coming out with the Kraber. And listen, they don't have a position in zone, but what they do have is a lot of pressure, and that's exactly what they're aiming for. And now we're going to see, is he going to go for this shot on the Valkyrie squad? Do it. Give us chat. Give us what we want. Take a shot at the Valkyrie squad. Looks like he's actually going to opt to be smart with his ammo and save himself some time. But it looks like a team is actually rezzing directly to the left, but they're going to do everything they can to hold the spot because the spot is in a very solid position. They can able to see a lot of the lobby. Don't have to worry about people being behind them because everyone wants to go actually for this high ground, but they know exactly where his team is right now, and they don't even know what's going on. As bam, he hits another shot. All Glory Gaming Joe Max is going to go straight down, and here going to have to immediately bubble. But guess what? Hitting that res button, and there is so many teams behind you, and that Gibby bubble only lasts 12 seconds, so they need to move quickly because they're just going to get roasted as the Gibby bubble goes down, and bam, just like that, hitting another shot. Oh, AGG, the pro Joe Max is going to go down by his teammates, and man, oh man, this Kraber is doing wonders right now, and they're able to just watch it slip, slide, and dive as they dodge every Gibraltar ultimate. Listen, Onmu knows how to play Apex Legends because they are doing dip dodge, and if you can dodge a Gibraltar ultimate, you can dodge a rocket. All right, as you can see, Onmu is just raining hellfire right now, putting shots, having multiple teams down, and 100 Thieves has a very solid position. They're doing everything they can to make sure they secure this KP, and boom, just like that, Vaxline coming in and claiming all that KP and juicy loot for his team. And then right now we can see that they are in a very solid position. They don't have a position in zone, but you know what they do have is sights on everybody in the lobby. But Onmu needs to be careful because just because you have a Kraber does not mean everyone else is free, because guess what? A Trials rifle is going to come in and do quite a bit of damage and cause that pressure, make you go ahead and have to back down. And just like that, we had 16 teams. We are now down to 9 teams. With 103 being our kill leader, listen, this is very rough, but Almu's gonna be running out of bullets, so he's gonna try to do everything he can to use the last bullet, see if there's any other teams he can pressure real quick with this, quick 145 damage or 320 headshot, because you listen, the way Almu's been hitting his shot, it's bound to happen. But they're gonna go ahead and opt to swap out now and save themselves some time. But look how much space and how they're able to rotate. They had a very solid position because every team that's in front of them or that is in the rockier area has to move. They have to dodge this. I will see Team W is actually a rat right now, and Lazarus. Wow, look at all these teams on top of each other, doing everything they can to stay alive. They have Furia inside the train car, Lazarus right down not even a whole entire block behind them. We have Complexity. We have all these teams holding these little tiny corners. And guess what? And every team has a Gibby. Every team having to give me this final zone is going to be absolutely insane. I am super excited and cannot wait. This is Apex Legends, ladies and gentlemen, and them. I am so excited. As you're going to hit Steve, Muff is going to go ahead and pop some shots and get some very nice solid damage right there. And just like that, Shiny actually did a very nice job, and Boom is going to collect that very easy KP as they did a very nice job throwing off the Ash Tactical and being able to stick them and put them so they cannot move anywhere. And right now, as expected, we're seeing Valkyrie ultimates because everyone wants the high ground. High ground is key. As Petty Boss hears people on the other side of the rock, but he's actually going to opt to try to rotate on over, because one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to lose your positioning in zone. But you see a lot of teams right now all fighting right around the train cart right now. We see Scary right now hitting a very nasty, disgusting grenade right there, hitting a fresh 85 and almost going down, and Scary almost getting that kill right there. But guess what? You know what it did? It created a lot of pressure as Team Lazarus is right underneath her watching all this and hearing all this gunfight, trying to pick the opportune time to be able to see if they can do anything right now. And right now we're just seeing 30-30s right now, just kook, 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 hitting some very nice shots right now. And Nizo has to know that there is a team directly below him. But right now, what they're doing is they're opting to actually get aggressive here and take the high ground because they want that action. They want some KB. They're not okay with one to assist. Assist? No. What they want is W's, and that's KP, and that's exactly what to do. And right now, we're going to be seeing exactly why teams pick Caustic, because he's such a powerful legend, making it so expensive to commit to him. He can hide his Caustic traps. He makes it so expensive. And this is exactly why teams are actually opting to not use too much of Watson, because Watson traps, you're never surprised when you see a Watson trap. You can be surprised by a Gibby trap. But listen, this is the final round right now, and we have 6 squads. Listen, we are going to see some high-level Apex plays right now. We're going to see some Gibraltar, some Caustic ults. We're going to see a lot of everything right now, and we're going to see team decide who is going to be the one. As we see, Kylie's going to go ahead and rotate over. He needs to be careful because Lazarus was right underneath, and Global Road is listen. This isn't the last lobby. You need to play this very cleverly because teams know who you are, know where you are, and they're going to do every and anything to secure those kills. As the Gibraltar ultimate is dropped right on, he needs to be careful. No one in history of ever has been able to finish a Phoenix Kid, so you need to go ahead and just pop a shield bot or something. As Fury is watching, they know teams are right beside him, and hits a very nasty shot with a PK. As they're going to go ahead and try to rotate up, and they're going to rotate up that together as a team, giving the Gibby ball to rotate up in safety. And boom, just like that, hitting another shot. Boom, putting complexity, shining straight into the dirt and blocking them off with the using the G7 to see what they can do. As Fury, they are holding on to this building. Listen, they said meta. Listen, we are the metas. We're going to go ahead and try to bring Watson into the meta right now. As Lazarus is just sitting there watching hell and hot water going on right inside of them. But they're going to be able to sit down and chill up right now because they're going to get a shield top right now. They do lose their teammate Dang, but they're going to be just fine. It's GS Bird and Vizay are in a very comfortable position. And the moment I say that, Caustic and Valkyrie drop right on them, and just like that, they're going to go ahead and put them straight into a box right there. As Vizay is watching another team, and it's just a Watson team right outside. It's a 3v2, but they have time. But what they don't have is, I lied, they don't have time to actually run out of time. As Furia did a very good job right now. As soon as I said, no, Watson's not really meta, they say, what? You said Watson's not meta? Hold my cup. And then they proceeded to show me exactly why. Listen, Watson may not be the most meta character, but you know what she is? We know how to use her in our team comp. I mean, you see, as they win with a not as popular team comp, and they show exactly the caster that, hey, there's a reason why you're casting and not in the competitive sphere. Thank you so much, Fear, if you're proving me wrong. You guys did a very good job. They did a very solid job holding down train cart, popping the Watson ultimate, and just even getting that little bit of shield from the Watson ultimate can prove huge. Because remember, you're not going to be able to just run around and get whatever shields and things whatever you want there. The one thing you're going to say is a lot of teams opting to just not even mess with the Watson fences. Because what Watson fences aren't as secretive as Caustic traps. What they do is create a lot of pressure, and they make it so, oh, if we rotate here, we don't know how many Watson traps are going to be. They're going to be setting up. They're going to be able to shield up multiple times. And they did a very nice job of being able to just hold that box. As holding this small train cart amongst 5 other teams in the final zone, that was a very beautiful play. Having a Gibby bubble too, that shows you exactly how they manage their cooldowns, and they're able to do what they wanted, when they wanted, and how they wanted to do it. They dictated the way the game plays. All right, now, let's go ahead and throw it to the bake while we calculate all the scores and everything. Thank you guys so much. And remember one thing, this tournament is brought to you by Lenovo Legion, all right? They offer gaming PCs, monitors, and gaming accessories. Stylish on the outside, savage on the inside. I'll be back and see you guys in a few.
tell me stories. You tuck me in, and the second you leave, I call you right back to check for monsters in my streets. Yeah, high school was hard. You'd fight with my mom. I'd fall asleep to the screaming, sound machine always speaking, left emotional scars. Now I'm 21, a soul of 50 years. And now that you are gone, I'm doing things that I shouldn't know from. I'm doing things that I shouldn't do. At 21, a soul of 50 years. And now that you are gone, I'm doing things that I shouldn't know from. I'm doing things that I shouldn't do. At 21. At 21. I'm doing things that I shouldn't do. At 21. I'm just a kid. Oh, I'm doing things I shouldn't know from. Yeah, doing things I shouldn't do. At 21. Yeah, I play you my favorite songs on a car ride while you list me all the people that left you in your life. Oh, oh, oh. And you smoke on your chair while I was trying to sleep. I smell the smoke in the air, but that was normal for me. I didn't know. I didn't know. But now I'm 21, a soul of 50 years. And now that you are gone, I'm doing things that I shouldn't know from. I'm doing things that I shouldn't do. At 21, feels like I'm 50 years. And now that you are gone, I'm doing things that I shouldn't know from. I'm doing things that I shouldn't do. At 21. Oh, at 21. Yeah, I'm 21. Oh, I'm just a kid. Oh, I'm doing things I shouldn't know from. Doing things I shouldn't do. At 21. At 21. At 21. Whoa. I'm 21.
Ain't no love like real love, but it goes so fast. All tied up.
Hello, guys. Welcome back. I'm sorry to send you guys a break after some monstrous, amazing gameplay, amazing Apex plays. But hey, look, we're back at it again. Now, that was quite a crazy game. I promise you, as soon as I say something, these pros go, you know what? Let's change it up. They do exactly the opposite of what I say and then proceed to win the tournament. I was literally saying, Watts is not that much of a meta pick. Caustic, generally speaking, is picked better. And Fear was like, oh, word? That's what we do around these parts? Don't worry about it. And then they proceeded to win it convincingly as well. But hey, let's take a look at some of these scores. Let's see what's going on, and let's talk about it. Look at that complexity. 57 points. Goodness gracious. Listen, look at this. Fury won that round, but they only got the bonus points from winning. My goodness. How many people have you killed today? Goodness gracious. We are seeing some outstanding plays. Complexity got 10 kills that game. Fury 8, 100 threes 8, And man, oh man, and then they proceeded to absolutely take a lot of kills from a lot of the enemy teams. Goodness gracious, we are seeing some high quality Apex. That really has to show you like how much of a dominating force this team is, and being able to get that much going from game number one and establishing such a big lead over a lot of teams. Now, granted, the top 4 teams are very close with Furia, 100 Thieves, Most Hated, but you really have to see, man, if a person can have that and not win the return, not win the that round, that lets you know like you can definitely win and get some more points in this than other teams who came in first place. Now, go ahead and tell me, guys, in chat, what was your favorite spot? As we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit more and see what's going on. One thing for me, I will definitely say, one of my favorite parts is not only when Fury proceeded to say, Brian, eat your microphone, because we know what's going on. And we know this, we know how to play this game better than you do, which is very true. My favorite part is seeing 6 teams all holding every single nook and cranny they possibly could to try to make sure they did everything they can to stay alive and collect those placement points. And that's exactly what they did. And Fury did that to its best extent, which is insane because they were in a very disadvantageous spot, having all these teams around them. I don't know if you've ever tried to hide in train car without a Watson, let alone having a Watson. It's very difficult, but they somehow managed to do it well. And everybody was just like, yeah, we'll leave them. They can stay right over there. And they proceeded to somehow beat the entire lobby. That was an amazing play. And they picked their fight so well because they were able to sit and consistently rejuvenate their shields with the Watson. It was a masterful play right there. Now, Lazarus was also in a very optimal spot, but unfortunately, Team Lazarus wasn't able to get as many kills. They did get 4 kills, which is a very solid positioning. Go ahead and start yourself off with. But they unfortunately weren't able to get any more kills. And they were in such an optimal position right now, being right below teams, hearing all the teams shooting above. But unfortunately, we're unable to collapse and do exactly what they wanted to do. Now, let me know, there's some teams you're expecting to see. Is that what you guys expected to see right there? Or were you guys expecting to see something different? Whatever you were expecting, I'm expecting to see some more Apex gameplay. So let's go ahead and hop over and towards that. But I want to make sure while we're swapping over to gameplay, let's go ahead and think about what exactly we're going to see differently. Because we did see a lot of teams landing towards Skyhook. But one thing I'm expecting to see this time is teams taking a gamble. Because remember, the zone is a little bit more random after a couple patches. I believe in 4 or 5 patches ago. A couple patches, they made the ring more random. So teams are going to opt to try to move around and see what they can do. I'm expecting to see, instead of Skyhook, I'm expecting to see Lava Siphon. That's right. Seeing teams landing right in the middle of the war zone. And one thing we didn't see a lot of, we did see a lot of Valkyrie ultimates going off towards the end, but we did not see a lot of them going closer towards the end, towards the beginning of the game, but we did not see a lot of them going towards the end. And that was a little surprising to me, especially some teams who had the end, but we did not see a lot of them going closer towards the end, towards the beginning of the game, but we did not see a lot of them going towards the end. And that was a little surprising to me, especially some teams who had some disadvantages. We did see a couple of rats as well. Some teams being in disadvantageous spots. It's definitely a little bit of a surprise here. But let's go ahead and take a second and look at these teams, all right? As we're going to go ahead and start getting this lobby going. Now, Lava Siphon is the hotspot, so, do with that information what you will. I'm not expecting too many teams to go there because, while teams are very confident in their gun skills and everyone can shoot, remember, there are multiple people here who can also shoot. As you can see, quite a few teams are landing at Skyhook right now. And we actually seen some teams, landing on Epicenter and things of that sort. But we see a lot of teams opting to go ahead and solidify those landing positions, except unless you're in Skyhook, because that's about to be the war zone right now. As we can go ahead and see teams just dropping left and right, especially we even seen some teams push towards Climatizer as well. And it's going to be a little bit of a daze. Everybody's gonna be taking their time. They got their game 1, and they're gonna go ahead, sit back, and say, all right, let's how do we want to play this exactly? As they're actually going to go ahead and start, setting themselves up. Fury is doing some relaxing. Ghost Gaming also doing some relaxing. Remember, all these teams earn their position here. No one was ever giving this. All these teams earn their position. So that lets you know, every team knows, hey, everyone is capable right now. But it looks like they know exact. Ghost knows exactly. Bronzy knows exactly where a team is. So they're going to try to see if they can set their teams up, but they have plenty of time. No one's in pressure. No one's being pressured right now, as 20 teams all are alive and well. I do see some towards Thermal Station relaxing. We see 3 teams towards Skyhook, and we see a couple, 3-4 teams near in Fragment as well. But no one's being amazingly pressured. No one's feeling the heat right now of battle. Everyone's more focusing on looting up, because the main reason why you don't want to get too early of a fight, because if you get an early fight, it could be a team who has better loot than you and watching you fight, and they go, I take that personally. As we actually look at the top line, and you can see Skyhook right now, you see Team Liquid that actually is in a little bit of a skirmish right now, but you need to be careful and finish that right quickly in Skyhook, or else, because 100 Thieves is right there, ready and waiting. As you're going to ahead see the Horizon pick right here, and boom, just like that, getting ready to put him straight into the dirt, and just like that, knock, absolutely disgusting. As it hits a hip fire sentinel shot, and Team Liquid's going to go ahead and start setting up shot, because guess what, the one thing that Caustic does well is he's going to get that information. He's going to know exactly where everyone is. As Team Liquid go ahead and get the quick kill right now on Voidery, and just like that, unfortunately, Knock goes down. They're going to need to try to quickly stabilize and get them back up. And you're going to see the Valkyrie doing exactly what Valkyrie does best, and that is hold the high ground. And but while not too many teams are near him, Spacey's going to do everything he can, hit some nice shots, but unfortunately, you're not going to be able to pressure that, as he is the only one standing, and he's actually going to run out of fuel. But it looks like they don't know that. But one thing they do know is that there's only one of you and there's 3 of us, and they're definitely going to hit that strategy of the "you can't kill us all" and rush that person, as that final teammate of Ironic is getting finished off currently. And just like that, boom, hitting a nice crack. And this is going to be all that she wrote, I say all she wrote, as absolutely Spacey's like, look, it could be 3v1, but I'm gonna fire my last bullet and inconvenience you guys as much as I can, as they put Knock straight into the dirt. But Knock's gonna be able to get back up and be able to re-res. It's fine, but unfortunately, Team Ironic's gonna be the first team to go down, as 100 Scurvy is actually shooting AGG and doing some and get a nice shot right now. It looks like Vaxlon's gonna go ahead and actually completely wipe AGG off screen very quick, fast, and in a hurry. Man, it is the Thunder Zone where they are, as Global Road is going to be rotating over and see if they can set themselves up and get in zone sooner than later, get into the next zone. They do have all the information they need to try to get towards their positioning quicker, but it looks like 100 Thieves is getting pressured by another team in that charge rifle. But it looks like, hey, look, I got a gun too that hits at range. Scurvy said, this is Scurry's voice. I'm doing this is exactly what I imagine Scurry sounding like. All right. You see this gun? This is my gun. There are many guns like it, but this gun is my gun. All right, as Ghost Gaming is actually looking right at them, there's a lot of 30-30s today being shot. As you can see, it's making a little bit of a up-and-coming appearance in professional tournaments right now, as W is doing their best to hold their spots right now. And as you can see, teams are slowly yet surely coming over towards Landslide. Remember, 100 Thieves, it did place 4th our last game. So we're expecting to see the teams knowing, hey, once the 100 Thieves is over here, and they're going to go try to dethrone them and make them as low as possible, because we did see, remember, there's a lot of teams who are doing some very nice plays and will be going towards land as well. So you already know what's going on. Everybody wants to go ahead and see who can beat these ALGS teams. Ascuri was switching shields and did take a little bit of damage, but nothing too major. I'm actually surprised to see all these 30-30s out today. It looks like no one wanted to craft, mostly because there's going to be teams all around watching and waiting, as Voxlon's going to go ahead and rotate around, so what's going on and try to set themselves up. But it looks like there's 3 teams around them, but hey, they're doing just fine. As Voxlon's going to try to do a little quick jump wingman shot, and he's going to take some damage for trouble, but not enough trouble to go ahead and cause them to have to scurry on back to their team. But they've got all the time. They can sit there and watch and relax. The main thing, their main goal right now, is discourage teams from pushing their area, because this is a very hard to control area. As far as Landslide is very open, not a lot of cover. As you're seeing, Ghost is going to see if they could try to rotate on up and collapse on Most Wanted here. But it looks like Rent Free is moving on slowly and surely, but it does not look like they're going to be able to get them in time. And just like that, a Kraber has been spotted. Man, oh man, is it time to see some action. It is time to see that smoke. Getting a Kraber this early on in round 1. the Apex Loot God smiles upon your soul. They're actually going to opt to go ahead and rotate out. No reason to put yourselves in a bad position. So what they're going to do is going to ahead rotate themselves out. As you see a Gibby with the R99 and a Kraber. Listen, you can see a bubble. They like, push that. See what happens. See who gets put straight into spectator mode. And that's exactly what they're going to do. As they're going to opt to try to rotate over to Surveyor Camp, and which seems to be, it has been looted, but they're going to go ahead, just grab a couple of things, see if they want some more materials, maybe even do some crafting. Well, they do have the caustic to set themselves up so they can make sure they have an early detection system if teams are pushing. As you see, Team Inferno, they did not do as hot last game. Didn't do as well, but what they did do is go ahead and let the team know exactly how good they are at this game. As Team Inferno, they see another team, they're actually going to be able to try to pop some shots. They did only get 1 kill last game, but they are definitely going to be looking to move that and do more this round. As you can go ahead and see right now, as Team Torrent right now is going to go ahead and pop a nice little sentinel shot right there, but it's fine. They do have zone coming up, so they will be able to set themselves up. And Xset is outside of zone. This is round 1, so they're not taking too much damage for their trouble. But one thing they are doing is taking damage. Now, it may not seem a lot, but it's enough to go ahead and create that level of pressure of knowing that, hey, eventually we are going to need to move. All right. As we see teams are all watching, and 100 Thieves actually opted to go ahead and take over Landslide and control it for themselves. They don't want nobody, I repeat, nobody coming into their area. But, which is not surprising to anyone at all. But they have all these 30-30s, and they're doing everything they can to try to set everyone up for success. This Complexity is going to go ahead and roast it and come in and roast right now with the car SMG, and it's going to go ahead and put them straight into there and finish that kill. And they're actually doing a very quick team fight right now in Surveyor Camp. This whole time we've been talking about people setting themselves up, but we need to talk about is Complexity right now, who is right here on the edge getting ready to do everything they can to move themselves forward and absolutely obliterate teams. That's exactly what they're going to be doing, and that's exactly what they intend on doing as well. As they're going to go ahead and get the quick fight, they are out of zone, but they have plenty of time to go ahead and rotate in and do whatever they need to, and they have all the time in the world right now. With the Kraber and a PK, listen, this Gibby is prepared for any and everything. You think they would have been a little bit better off with the Kraber, but unfortunately it looks like they were unable to solidify their position. Scary is right outside of tunnel right now. They're right outside of excuse me, fragment net. They need to be careful because it looks like you have spotted a team directly behind them. So what they're going to do is directly team. They option to go ahead and try to rotate over, and that team is Most Wanted. And remember, Most Wanted is a team who had a very solid showing last tournament or last weekend, and they are expecting to do the same thing again. Now we are seeing a team go ahead. They did drop the Gibraltar to slow it down, but Lazarus hears this beef. They know they don't have an enemy Gibraltar, and Dank is going to step outside and see if they get all the information. As CLG, Lazarus, Most Wanted are all in this area waiting for someone to make a mistake of committing to this too soon, and just like that, they're going to come in and do the damn damage. As you see, GS Bird is in tunnel, making sure no one's going to be watching the flank, make sure no one comes in. But it looks like Scary is in a scary position. Huh? Anybody? All right, that's fine. You don't have to say anything. It's fine. It hurts. Whatever. You know, I guess I'll just stick to casting. Put away my comedian mic. As you see, Rent Free is right outside trying to see if they can pressure Scary, but they need to be careful because there's 4 teams. As Sticks takes a lot of damage right there. But, you know, they're going to be able to shield up and stuff. But whatever they do, they need to be careful. As Lazarus takes a picture perfect portal and gets out of a grenade right there. Very solid play overall. And GS7 Dank actually gets very low, but it looks like they're going to be just fine as Petty Boss actually finishes off for Rhea Panders right now, and they're going to be able to try to see if they can try to shield each other up and help each other out as X8's taking some nice shots, and boom, just like that, putting Yorio FPS straight into the dirt. But JB does go down. He was able to get the bubble off, so you're going to be able to get the res up and see, but it looks like a lot of damage has been done. And Rent Free is fighting multiple teams. They do lose their Valkyrie, but what they haven't lost is their spirit. It's Complexity slowly and surely, like a snake script, wrapping around them and seeing what they can do using the rampage right now. Nano's not even worried about shield. He's worried about doing all the damage right now as he is just cracking shield, and boom, just like that, they're going to get put straight into the dirt. And just like that, they're going to be able to finish that team off rent-free. We're living rent-free in the spectator mode, watching the rest of the game when teams play the game. As Complexity's moving straight forward, they do get it down, and boom, they go ahead and continue to put that person right back in it down. And Furia, who just went out last round, is eliminated from this lobby right now. And Complexity's, listen, we come back with a vengeance. We coming back to do the dang thing. And y'all better be careful and be ready for us to come through. And that's exactly what they're doing, as they're going to go ahead and completely wipe this team. And as you can see, this lobby is a lot more action-packed than the last one. As we actually see Scary go down, they were trying to rotate out, but unfortunately going to be actually hit by the Gibraltar ultimate, and that has gotta hurt right now because you are outside of zone. We're just going ahead and swap on over to most hated right now, who is MJ, is just taking so much damage, but he is somehow alive using every type of movement technique possible, as Stola is just getting roasted right now, doing everything he can to fight. And MJ's out there, he's gonna be able to stabilize, but they actually are eliminating Team Liquid right now. They put Glitch straight into a box, and guess what? They turned the other one into a box as well, and man, it doesn't look like they got the KP for it, but what they did get, they did get the KP for it, and they did get the finish, but they're going to be able to completely get all the loot and everything they need, as they're going to be living comfortably. And Fun FPS is going to be the last member of Team Liquid. 2 teammates are down and out. That has to be a huge hit right there, because they have been doing nothing but solid positionings and solid placements over all around, as they did place very high. But Stola's going to get a little greedy here and actually have to pop his bubble right here and almost going down. What are you doing? You need to be, remember, there's multiple teams here and they all want you in the dirt. You need to be careful here. But it looks like Fun FPS is like, listen, I may be a lone Gibby, but guess what? I'm a Gibby with a gun, and you're going to have to earn this kill. You're going to have to do everything you can to beat this teammate, as he is doing everything he can. You would think he's a team of 3 the way he's been holding off all these enemy teams right here, as he is doing his best and doing very well. He's somehow still alive. He's still alive, fighting not 1 but 2 but 3 teams. Man, this person fears no one. But it looks like they're going to actually opt to go ahead and try to rotate out and try to set themselves up for so success zone, which is going to be just fine. They're going to do great things. And Fun is still here, just a warrior, using every type of schmove it, dodging bullets right now. As Gibby, man, oh man, I just got shaken up, as Mar actually hits a very nice shot with the wingman from afar, but you know, nothing too damaging right now. But he sees that teams are moving in on him and trying to set themselves up, as there's actual caustic traps inside here, but it's his team's caustic traps, so he's gonna be just fine. Unfortunately, he was unable to get his team's banner, so it's gonna be that's the only defense he has right now. And teams know exactly where he is. They know he is alone, and they know one thing for sure, that they will be coming for him right now, as he is just sitting there. But they're not going to give up the positioning. They're going to go for positioning first, most importantly. And that's exactly right now. As we see, Warrior throws a very beautiful grenade right there, causing them to rotate and almost getting some really nice shots, being able to pull him out of position, but nothing too crazy. Nothing crazy at all. As you see, Team Infernal's going to be sitting there rotating and trying to take on this fight. They are in zone, but they do not have a lot, as Gibraltar ultimate is dropped directly on top of Warrior, but they're going to be able to just go back and rotate just fine. And Zansu is going to be right there in the corner. Sansuki is going to be right there in the corner, see if they can do any damage, and boom, just like that, hitting a fresh 40, and it looks like they are in this fight and they are committed, as Warrior is going to drop a grenade right there, and just like that, they're going to come and push in. Hits a very nasty shot right there, hits a very nice PK, but he looks like he's going to get down all the way down to 1 health, and Zanzuki is going to go down, and the last living member is going to be just the last person of Inferno, and they are doing everything they can. His mom is going to opt to try to rotate in and try to get some health, and it looks like Global Rodents is coming in and seeing if they can collect on some of this free KP, and unfortunately it looks like Inferno is actually taking L there, but it looks like Rodents are looking to capitalize on this and doing everything they can to finish up to finish this fight. But it looks like they're able to go ahead and get these kills and get this solid loot, get the shield swaps. They don't really need to commit too much to this, but one thing is for certain is that they will get the thing done. That is one thing that I can explain to you that they will do very well. As you see, they're doing a little bit. This lobby is it's much more active. They're getting a lot more gunfights. We've seen a lot of early gunfights. Last time we saw a lot of teams alive in Ring 5. We are seeing not as many teams, but it looks like CLG is actually going to opt to rotate on out and set themselves up for success. And you know, Rodents, they're not too happy about it. But listen, they got their KP, they got some kills. They're going to be just fine, as they're going to go ahead and collect the loot. But they are in a choke and they need to rotate soon. Remember, there are going to be some teams knowing that there are going to be people coming over there. Everyone hear these gunfights. They know exactly what's going on. As you can see right now, we're going to swap on over to the landslide and see exactly what's going on. And you can see not one, not two, but 4 other teams in this area, all holding a spot, doing everything they can to try to set themselves up for success. As right now, G7 Dank, Lazarus, they're all holding train car. We have a team on high ground, and boom, just like that, Torrent is hitting a nasty wingman shot. Why does my wingman never do this? My wingman just shoots warning shots and never actually lands anything. Maybe I'm starting to think it might be me, guys, but yeah, there's no proof of it. As right now, we're seeing a lot of teams just here, just doing everything they can to just solidify these positions right now. But it looks like 100 Thieves is in a prime spot to just rain hellfire upon this entire lobby. And that's exactly what they plan on doing, is raining hellfire on everyone. As you can see, Gibraltar is going all around, and Sola actually is going to get another down off screen, but it looks like 100 Thieves is going to be sitting here in the penthouse, watching everyone fight for positioning and be able to put tons of shots. And one thing AQ have is a lot of shots. Using this 30-30 for hit fresh 100 to the body, they're going to be just fine. So a fully charged shot is going to be 100 to the body. They'll be just fine throwing all the ultimates, all the grenades, doing whatever they want, and boom, just like that, they're going to be and putting someone down already in the dirt from afar, and they're just going to be able to rake in on all this free pressure and free damage here as they're just shooting everybody all around. Nobody is safe in this lobby. Nobody. Everyone has to be careful of if 100 Thieves has their watchful gaze upon you. So make sure you got to make sure you stay safe and stay out of landslide high ground right now. The only ones who really can get pressured by them is if there's someone throws a grenade or maybe a Gibraltar ultimate. But once again, you have the Gibraltar, and they're just going to continue to sit here and just farm up damage. As you can see, you already have red shield. What more do you need besides more KP? As they already have 4 KP, and this is round 5 right now. There's 5 teams left alive, and they're doing everything they can to be just as damaging and dangerous to everyone in this lobby right now. As we do see a Horizon Tactical who looked like someone was going to commit, but they decided to opt out of it. As you can see, they are watching just with the Volt as well. What else do you have? Do you have a Kraber as well? What else do you need? 100 Thieves, you're doing such a good job of holding down this lobby and just creating this level of pressure. No one is peeking. People were peeking, and everyone was like, you know what? I think I'm great off peeking, actually. As everyone is going to be hiding and trying to stay alive right now, as Mar takes a lot of damage right over there. And you can see Lazarus is opting to see where they can position themselves, but they need to be careful because where they're going to be positioning themselves at, 100 Thieves is going to be watching right there. 100 Thieves actually punishes Mar for being out of position even further, but it looks like they're looking to try to teleport themselves in, and boom, they're going to use the Ash teleport, and bam, just like that, they are now in there like swimwear, and they're going to be sitting there trying to rotate over, and they're going to have to use Gibby Bubble to stabilize, which is perfectly fine. You know what happens having to use your Gibby Bubble, but they're going to have a position in zone, and just like that, a team who was outside of zone is now, or who had a better position is now out of position. But they need to be careful because they do not have a Gibby Bubble to stabilize right now, and unfortunately they actually, Onmu goes down right now, and it looks like it's going to be Scurry with Vaxilon doing everything they can to try to fight, but it looks like team is just all around raining fire. They are like, we know 100 Thieves is going down, and boom, just like that. Seeing that has to put a smile on your face, seeing that they're going to be eliminated right now, as Most Hated is right now holding a very solid position. Remember this one thing, Most Hated is definitely what you said. Most Hated, they were underrated last game, and they came in here to showcase, listen, it doesn't matter who's in this lobby, we're going to perform no matter what, as they have 5 kills right now, 5 KP. They do lose a teammate. A teammate does go down, but there's quite a bit of teams all around them, and they do have time to try to get them back up. But they need to be careful because teams are just a vice grip right now, as Lazarus Vize is going to see if he can try to push up a little bit and try to see if they can get an angle right here. But it looks like they need to be careful because no one wants to grab too much aggro right now, because there are 3 teams left, and this is a final ring right now. And we are seeing Stola right now holding us down for his teammates, as he's doing everything that Gibraltar can to be a support legend and help his team out, and he is doing a great job at it, being able to get the res off, get fully healed. Listen, Mar, I'm not sure what you're doing to Stola, but you need to pay him more, because he is definitely helping a lot and doing everything he can. He's even going to put down a respawn beacon and giving him an extra little bit of cover as grenades are going to start raining in. Mar takes a little 50 damage, but you know, you'll be able to shield up, and teams know exactly where they are because they have a very solid position. However, Most Hated is going to have to rotate sooner than any other team, and it looks like Stola's going to actually opt to go ahead and drop the Gibraltar right on top of him to see if they can go ahead and get some damage, as he's going to go ahead and put a quick little 100 damage to get some fresh red evil shield. But looks like they were going to try to reposition, but and they got denied that positioning tool altogether. They're going to swap out shields and everything, but it looks like they're going to be able to move up some and try to put some damage down and fire on these other teams. As they can see all these teams slowly and surely starting to move up forward. It looks like Lazarus is right in the middle. And once again, they are finding the same thing that happened last time, like a little bit of damage. It looks like they were actually going to be able to use a Lobo outside. You see a Rise Bolt coming in right now, and Lazarus just holding a high ground, trying to do everything they can to fight. As they can see all these teams, and everyone's going to be throwing all the grenades right now. G7 Dank needs to be careful because there is a lot of people who do not like the fact that you are alive in this lobby, as there are 3 squads right now and they all know where each other are. Right now it looks like Lazarus is going to do everything he can just to hold the high ground and make it as expensive as possible. Now with most hated being outside of the zone, they're going to have to commit first. So the 2 teams that are on type of train cart, Lazarus and worst spot, and that's exactly what they're going to do. As you can see, their Horizon Tactical to go ahead, try to boost them off and throw them out into the open right now. And unfortunately, you're going to have to actually drop down the Gibraltar bubble right now, and it's a very rough time. As you can see, teams are all around getting ready to commit to the final fight. As you see, GSA is going to go ahead and do a quick little roast right now. Mars actually going to down Lazarus GS Bird, and Vizay is going to go ahead and use Wraith Portal and opt to go ahead and try to reposition and see if he can buy himself time. As you're going to see Stola hit it a disgusting 65 right across the board. You're going to see teams going down left and right, as Stola's going to actually go down, and Amara and MJ is the last one of most hated, and it looks like most hated is going to do everything they can to win, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They are going to win. Congratulations to you guys. You guys did a very good job picking and choosing your fight at a very optimal time. That was a very nice play all around. My goodness. And look at that Gibraltar skin. Definitely one of my favorite skins. I see a human of class. You love to see it. As most hated shows, listen, qualifiers, finals, we can perform, and that's exactly what we're going to do. As they do exactly that, they perform and do an amazing job at performing as well. Overall, very solid plays overall. 100 Thieves will actually position themselves to do a lot to try to hold that position and be able to just rain down fire upon the entire lobby, but unfortunately, they teleported themselves into a rough spot, and just like that, they lost their positioning. But you know what? There's teams to pick up the slack, and that's exactly what happened. Most hated came in and said, listen, if you ain't gonna win, I'm gonna go ahead and win for you. And that's exactly what they did, and they did a wonderful job picking and choosing their fights. There's a team right on train cart. They're like, don't you worry about it. We can hold this area. They actually did a picture perfect Gibby bubble, because usually using your Gibby bubble first in the end game is your best destined to lose. But somehow, by Gibby bubble dancing, doing the shimmy, cha-cha, sliding in and out of bubbles, they did a very good job using the PK, getting all these very master shots, having the team coordination and focusing on their target. They did a very nice job overall. Great job to them. Now let's see these scores already right now. But one thing I definitely want to talk about as well is how Landslide did everything. It was a very nice spot, and you just see teams grabbing every single corner possible right now. Look at this. Most hated coming in and doing a very good job right now of coming in and establishing, listen, we are here to play. And you will not believe how many kills they got. That round, they got quite a bit of kills, because right now they have, compared to the lobby, 24 kills. That's right. Most hated is up top, up here with 24 kills. Listen, if there's one thing you can say, they came here to play, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Lazarus following second complexity, 100 Thieves. Look at this. Just plays all around. Good job to all these teams. Now, goodness gracious. Now, let's look at these these total standings right now and see how all this holds up and towards the total standing. Overall, we're seeing a lot of teams doing very, very good jobs here. Now, and we're actually seeing this with some non-meta comps as well. We saw with a Watson game 1, but game 2, we just saw it with the Horizon. Even the Horizon tactical throwing people off the high ground right there. We're seeing a lot of different things going on right now, and I don't think we were ready for that. All right, I was expecting to see meta, Valkyrie, Gibby, and then maybe a Wraith, maybe a Bloodhound. Literally, that position's a little interchangeable, but we're seeing these teams coming in hard and showcasing that, listen, just because it's meta doesn't mean we have to play it. We are good, and they've shown their legend pool, how they're able to switch characters and play a little on-off meta. They can do what they want. They play the game the way they want it to be played. But listen, we have to go to a commercial break. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. All right, make sure you guys tune back in for game 3.
throw my way. I know your name is written on everyone's mind. Your whole show is captivating me, but don't think that I can see right through that disguise. But when you got close to me, you had me falling so hard, baby, yeah, now I get it. You got heads turning, and you don't even try. Well, would you look at that? My glass is empty, How about I get another drink, baby, Okay, I get it. You got fire burning, right there in your eyes. So when you got this whole thing, I like the way you look at me. How about we just go with the flow? Now you know I feel it too. But I don't think this could be something that becomes a thing. Maybe just for tonight, then I'll be over you. But when you got close to me, you had me falling so hard, baby, yeah, now I get it. You got heads turning, and you don't even try. Well, would you look at that? My glass is empty, How about I get another drink, baby, Okay, I get it. You got fire burning, right there in your eyes. Oh yeah. How about I get another drink, baby, Okay, I get it. You got fire burning, right there in your eyes. We've lost track of time, don't know how to feel, but I'm not sorry. I'm lost in your eyes, are you even real? But don't you worry, I'm not looking for the one. No, I just wanna have some fun. So let's get drunk tonight, 'cause fuck how we feel. But for now, I won't give it all away, 'cause I don't think I'll stay. No, I can't be the only one who doesn't wanna fall in love. Doesn't wanna fall in Doesn't wanna fall in love. Doesn't wanna Doesn't wanna fall in love. May not see eye to eye, but we can be chill for just this moment. So turn out the lights and let's make a deal to just enjoy it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Legion Masters Tournament. I am your host slash caster Beewhyan, and that's right, I'm doing this thing solo dolo. Listen, I'm remember what I said. I season 5 anime character. You prologue person. All right, I said it. All right, prologue unnamed character. All right, and I am here to do this thing. I hope you guys are all enjoying the tournament. We have so much more gameplay for you guys, but don't worry. Let's start talking about some of this game. Let's talk about last game, what we saw. We saw a lot of gibbies, of course, but we also saw teams doing a lot of rotating right there, because while we did follow 103s for a lot of it because they had such a power position on a high ground, that shows you once the ring can rotate, in the power position you have, what it seems to be a very dominating position, you know, where you can get your kills, you can do all these things. But what ends up happening is that you actually can lose very quickly. Things can change like that. All right. And you can see yourself rotating and having to lose your power position, putting yourself in a disadvantageous position, and then losing the spot. So that happens. It happens to the best of us. And we saw that happen with the 100 threes right there. But let's talk about some of these kills right now. We have teams that have 24 kills. We have complexity with 17 kills. And what we're showing is like, while kills do matter and kills do play a huge part, placement also plays a huge part as well. As we're seeing teams are fighting hard right now. So let's go ahead and take a look back at things. We looked at it before commercial break. Let's take a look back at it again right now so you guys can see what's going on. Now, we can see teams right now working hard and getting these kills, and slowly and surely, even some of the bottom ranked teams are doing well and building up those kills. You know, everyone's just adjusting to the lobby, you know, because the longer the games go, the sweatier games are going to get. We've seen Fury, who had a very solid positioning and very solid gameplay first round. They're coming in here, do the same thing again. 100 threes, complexity, Lazarus, most hated. All these teams are doing a very good job, and they're doing everything they can to set themselves up for success. Now, I'm going to show you guys the scoring format so you guys know exactly what's going on and why this tournament seems a little bit different than the qualifiers. It's just not as crazy. We're not seeing as many teams coming in making as many points because our scoring system has changed. It is now in the ALGS format, which is 1 point per elimination, 12 points for first place, second place, 9th, third place, 7th, and so on and so forth. And we'll be playing 6 games today, 3 on World's Edge, 3 on Storm Point. So you guys are going to be seeing quite a bit of me. All right, and then I guess, you know, Apex Legends as well. But listen, as we're getting these games started, I will swap over that whenever we're ready. One thing I'm expecting to see change is another non-meta comp to win. Listen, we saw Watson, we saw Horizon. Now, who's the next legend you think we're going to see? I think we might see, we even saw, what's crazy, we even seem to see more Caustic right there as well, because Caustic was causing a lot of pressure right there. But we did see Caustic in the final ring. I'm not sure if that's telling of what does it mean. Maybe Horizon's better than Caustic. Maybe Watson's better than Caustic. Because we have not seen the Caustic in the end game. All right, but we haven't seen the Caustic team 1, but we have seen the Valkyrie, we have seen the Gibby. We have not seen a Wraith just yet. I'm sure teams are going to come here. They can't wait to prove me wrong and show me, hey, Mr. Beewhyan, you're wrong. All right, as we're going to go ahead and start switching on over to gameplay. I lied because I jumped the gun. My bad. One thing I will say that also needs to change. We need to see teams move and rotate sooner. The reason why we saw 100 Thieves lose that fight right there is because what happens is that they teleported themselves into the middle, into the open. And so when they came out of teleport, they had to have Gibby drop his bubble immediately. And once you use that bubble, that is going to be the longest 25 seconds of your life without protection. And teams saw that, knew it. They see the giant glowing orange bubble. It was like, yeah, I got beef with that. And then they proceeded to absolutely laser down on Moo and the entire team. And somehow, Most Hated was able to sit there, have aggro, and continue to just lay havoc upon every single team member right there. And that game 2 was actually a lot more explosive than game 1. Game 1 was very slow. It was slower. People were playing more passes, trying to get position. Game 2, people are like, oh no, we want beef and we want that action. Now, I know what you guys want right now. What I want, let's see some gameplay as we get starting to lobby up right now. As you can see right now, we see a lot of teams, when we once again going to Skyhook. Yes, sir. Skyhook. As you can see, 100 threes actually opts to send one person in caves every single time. And I guess it's just more solid overall. But hey, it happens. We can definitely see some very good things right here. All right, as we see teams, we're actually seeing a couple more teams rotate closer towards Lava Siphon right now, which is a little surprising because with Lava Siphon not having, they're going over it. Never mind. I see Lazarus claims Lava Siphon, and there's a team going towards lawn site, going towards Gnome. A lot of teams like Countdown and Skyhook as well. As you see, 100 Thieves and Team Liquid, 2 of some giant titans of teams laying right next to each other. And also, I hope to see some more fun FPS fighting multiple teams as a solo and making it so everyone is so scared to push him, as well as Furia, who won our game 1, is going to be in countdown, and Most Hated is actually going to be wrote in another spot completely. But you can actually see in Fragment, there's actually 3 teams near Fragment as well, which is a little surprising here. A little bit more information than I was expecting. As you can see, Most Hated actually opted to land closer towards Tree in No Name area, so it's in Thermal Station. So they're doing it. Listen, these teams know they get the lead. All they have to do is play their lives and play it well, and that's exactly what they plan on doing. As you can go ahead, let's swap on over to Skyhook and see what's going on, because there's 2 teams in Skyhook who are ready, and there's also a team in Fragment West right outside of Tunnel who are fighting as well. And it looks like they're going down. They're going down right here as W is here with the alternator, old reliable right here. Definitely one of the best drop weapons you definitely want to have. As you can see, he takes a lot of damage right here, but it's Gibby, so he's gonna be just fine. He's not gonna take too much trouble. Go ahead, throw a grenade for your troubles though, and he's gonna go ahead and sit there. Go ahead, be able to shield up and do everything just fine. And Funny's gonna go ahead and rotate up and see if he can get some angles. Valkyrie did go into high ground and see if they can set up, but he's not gonna get greedy here because he's gonna try to play his life. I see Scissors is on the high ground, just using an L star to go ahead and an arc star to let them know it ain't safe out here, as they're gonna go ahead and put Script straight into the dirt right now. You need to be careful, Scissors. You definitely don't want to go down here while you are doing the lead, and you do have a 3v2. But don't worry, you also have teammates, and Fury actually comes straight in and cleans up the fight very nicely and saves Scissors from going down. That's a very nice team fight as well, being able to rotate around, as Torrent actually gets a little bit of a purple shield right now this early in game. Purple shield, listen, you are set up for success here, and that's exactly what Torrent is going to be looking for. You know, Rampage Massive, they don't have a lot of Rampage shots, so definitely looting would be a little bit more of an optimal play. As we see AGG with the crypto, able to see what they're like looking on, what's going on, knowing that, hey, as they find out, as Jaguares is actually getting shot from another team and gets dangerously low right now, and they're gonna have to rotate over quickly, and it looks like they're actually gonna be collapsed on right now. And this is a much more explosive game than game 1. As you can see, Torrent is much constricting slowly and slowly, moving all around, securing these spots, as they're gonna actually get some another shots, and they're going for the give you right there, and just like that, boom, completely eliminating AGG, as Rambo is just sitting there Ramboing his way through all these people, just watching from the sidelines, somehow being a sneaky deaky, angles, and being untouched, or being not as touched as his teammates who actually went down in that fight. And as you can see, they are white shields, and now they have blue and purple. As a Ghost Gaming knows that they're there, they know they're healing up, and they want that action. As Asuras come in with the caustic ult, seeing exactly what they can do to try to stop it. They're gonna throw a caustic ult, but they're actually gonna opt to hold it up because it is a caustic, and caustic ults don't affect each other. But you know who does affect? His teammates. And guess what? He's gonna throw it down, and he's gonna see. But they're gonna get the Gibby bubbles. They're gonna be able to rotate down and slide down. They're actually gonna have to throw the Gibby ult as well, as they throw an arc star in the bubble, and they're gonna make it so you have to move as he hits some nasty shots. Asura, that was disgusting. Getting a nice crack on that with the arc star, absolutely disgusting. Using the caustic ult to pressure them down to the low ground, throwing it, going into their bubble, showing, listen, we ain't scared of your bubble. As they run straight in, as 100 Thieves is right behind them. Listen, teams know, they hear this beef, and they know one thing's for certain: we need part of this action. They're actually gonna get some very quick shield stops, and Vaxline's like, nah, I'm not waiting. I want the action. I know you guys just got a fight, and you need to be in another one. Listen, they're coming straight in, as right now, as they are running for their lives, trying to rotate over, and it looks like they actually put down Bronzy right now, but they need to be careful because there's another team coming through here. This is a very tight choke, as they're actually going to do everything they can to actually just roast them, as Scurvy is just going to go ahead and put Sansuki straight into the dirt. We're gonna opt to go ahead and push this, but he needs to be careful because he does have only one of his teammates is down. It's definitely going to be a 1v3, as you can 1v2, excuse me, as Vaxline actually goes down because they get a little overly too aggressive, and the full team right there. But it looks like they're going to be able to rotate over because they are being pressured by multiple teams. And just like that, the team 100 Thieves, who had advantage, who was doing a lot of shots, is now on the run as teams are around them and pressuring them as well. My goodness, we are seeing some high quality Apex right now. And listen, as Complexity's like, nah, I smell beef, nah, I want beef. And they're gonna go ahead and completely secure some kills. And as Petty puts Warrior into the dirt with the massive, what a disgusting shot right there. as Complexity doing everything can to come in and do it and pick a fight just at the right time. As Almu looks like he's going to try to get some beef. He wants to look and see if he can get his teammate's banner, but unfortunately he's not going to be able to. He's actually going to have to just call it a day, teleport, take what you can get, and get out of here. Complexity is like, no, you can come back and get this beef. You said it. You put your shots. Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest, sir. Come here. As they are doing everything they can to go and find him and put him straight into the dirt. While they don't have a lot of KP and they smell they want more, they're actually going to push there. But while they are in the next zone, they're going to be in zone 3 here. They're going to be trying to opt to rotate in and see, like, you know what? Let's see if we can go ahead and secure this. As Anmu is actually on the run. I wish you could play music like some type of run song. All right, but the only thing you can do is like deal with my voice. All right, but we don't have to worry about me singing because we're going to swap on over to Unlucky right now, who is putting some shots down right now. They see the Gibby bubble up, but CLG is going to be just fine. They're not going to be too pressured right now unless Caselos goes ahead and throws his grenade in, but it looks like he's actually going to take a lot of trouble, so he's definitely going to have to back up from there. He's not going to be able to do too much here. As you can see right now, as they're hitting some nice shots right now, definitely having some nice target focus right now, as Nano's going to actually push and do a good job, but Nano's getting actually pressured down right now and getting all the way down to 0 health and gets put down straight in the box. That they just hit him with better angles, and just like that, Mamba needs to heal right now. They're going to try to get the res right now, but Kodagami is like, nah, I don't like that, and they're going to start rotating around to try to once again. You're seeing a lot of teams going for these angles, but they're actually Unlucky's going to do obviously play it smart, back up, because they know there's other teams, and if they can't make this a quick clean fight, which is what Caustic does, Caustic gets rid of your ability to make something a quick clean fight, because guess what, you have to deal with this gas, and they actually threw ultimate down as well to slow it down, so it's going to be a very expensive person. They only would have been able to push through one tiny doorway, and being pushed through one tiny doorway with all these teams would have been very, very unfortunate. And just like that, CLG having a great call to throw down a Costa goal and set themselves up and protect them. Well, there's not too many teams around, but one thing they do have is they do have other teams poking them around with a sentinel from afar. So you might want to be careful, CLG. You got a lot going on. But listen, they have the Caustic. They're gonna be able to stabilize and set themselves up for success and be safe. As you see, Team Lazarus is actually the ones who's shooting them and looking directly at them. And CLG Mama's going to be able to shield up, but they don't know that Caselos is right here, ready, waiting. As Caselos actually hits 11, doesn't take too much damage for his trouble, but he's actually going to opt to try to pop back with his team because they have a solid position, and so no reason to give it up and throw it away. Am I right? I'm right, yeah. As you can see, unless your V, who's on CLG, going to be sitting there and he's going to go, no, I'm going to hit some nice shots on you. Don't worry, buddy. I'm going to go ahead and put you straight in there. As there is teams all around CLG right now. It is a good thing they have Caustic right now to slow all these pushes down, because man, oh man, is there so many teams all around them right now. But they have a big body comp. They're fine. They're fine. As Complexity, they're just holding height. They're sitting on top of the hill, being able to sit and watch and be able to be just fine. As they see all these teams, and Muff is going to put some shots down, you know, but trying to see what they can do. They have the shield swaps, they have the shield bats. Listen, they're going to be just fine living up here, just as comfortable, not having to worry about anything. As Complex is going to actually Petty Boss is actually going to get aggressive here and put some shots down. It looks like they're actually trying to commit to the other team, and they're like, nope, that's going to be expensive, as they are putting some disgusting amount of shots and doing the disgusting amount of damage on them. And CLG is just relaxing, hearing all this beef go down. Like, man, that's crazy. We're in here shielding up, though, being safe. Like, y'all be easy outside. It's dangerous out there. Y'all might want to hide in a building. As right now, as they're getting Complexity actually getting poked from another team. And you can see Shiny's going to go ahead and see if they could just get a little bit damage, but they need to be careful because teams will be rotating on you from Fragment. And listen, there's not a lot of cover at the top of the hill. While you are on top of the hill, you are able to see everything. But right now, Muffin's like, yeah, shots, I hit those. Wingman, we shoot those. Team White, we go for those, as they're doing everything they can to try to discourage this team from pushing, because it's a very disadvantageous spot. While Muffins could just sit up here with a head glitch throwing all the shots, they're actually going to opt to throw the Gibby ult, and that's Team Liquid coming around to see, listen, we hear the beef and we have summoned. You summoned me? As Team Liquid is coming around, getting ready to see if they can try to, you know, put some pressure on some of these teams and get people to move and get people to schmoving right now. as Muffins is going to be able to they're going to be just fine. You know, they're going to be up. They are doing everything they can to hold this. They having the kind of the 100 Thieves approach that the same one they had on Train Yard, or excuse me, Landslide is now called, being able to pressure all these teams from pushing them and moving up on hill. You're gonna do the same thing. As 100 Thieves has already lost Blacksland right now, so it's Onmu and Scurvy right now, who are just kind of around, just vibing, seeing they could do something. But you know, that's very rough spot to be in. There's 14 squads, and listen, this is high level Apex. Teams aren't gonna let you. They don't care you're 2-man or 3-man. They are gonna push you. Once they find out you're a 2-man, look. They are ready to call it a GG's there. As Complexity has their priorities straight here. They are doing everything they can to watch it and discourage any teams from pushing through Fragment. And while watching over towards Lava Siphon as well, they're gonna be able to grab everything they need. As you see, 100 Thieves is gonna go ahead and try to do some rat things, grab some loot, and be just fine, be safe. Here you can see Complexity is just look at all these materials. What? Hold on, I need to take notes from this right now, from all this gameplay. They got guns. They have literally everything they need. So if a team pushes from left, they got spot and right. As Muffins is getting poked down from afar, but it doesn't look like anything too damaging. As Knock, he's also looking to see what's going on. And you can see there's a lot of teams slowly and surely positioning themselves to commit to this Lava Siphon right now. And I'm actually seeing a couple more caustics than I was expecting as well. Have I just been wrong as a predictor? Can I not predict correctly? Man, I've definitely seen a little bit more caustics than I was expecting here, but it's fine. Listen, we're going to see nothing but success here. As you see, most hated, the champions from our last game, is actually underneath Lava Siphon right now, Bridge, and they are holding it down the best way they can. And that is crawling in the corner, and hopefully multiple teams don't know that you're there. As you can see, Furia, it has a set up a spider web right now of traps, wishing a legend would push him on Bridge, holding it down, doing everything he can. As you can see, Knock right here is actually taking a lot of damage, as RCO Esports is going to be throwing some nice shots right there with a beautiful flatline skin. It looks like RCO is going to go ahead out to reposition, because guess what? Gibraltar ultimate is coming on you. But guess what? Ash is going to be able to teleport out and be safe, as Team Liquid is here and sitting there adding the pressure. But look, 52 seconds, zone closes, and they are not in zone. Granted, it is round 3. Round 4 is going to start soon, and round 4 hits for chunks. All right, as Unlucky is going to go ahead and try to get themselves to be lucky and position themselves and not get caught out of zone right here, and try to get some KP in positioning points. As Team Liquid, they don't seem to know exactly what they want to do just yet, because one thing is for certain, they are outside of zone, and they're not playing the Valkyrie like a lot of other teams are. They're playing the Horizon and Caustic as well, so they need to be careful. And so whatever they do, they are committed to it, and they're going to have to do it quick, fast, and in a hurry. As teams know, listen, they're outside of zone, and they're going to do everything they can to collapse on them. As you can see, beautiful stick by Knock. Knock's like, listen, just because I'm at a disadvantage doesn't mean I ain't free, baby. As you're going to come in and put him straight, put Sleepy Panda straight in the dirt right there. He says, Sleepy Panda, go ahead, take a dirt nap for me real quick. Because guess what? You played out of position, and that's going to cost you your life, boy. As Knock and Team Liquid are going to be moving up slowly and surely, taking this tunnel what appeared to be a disadvantageous position. They're like, no, disadvantageous, maybe. Free, absolutely not. As they're actually going to try to put some shots, but unfortunately, they're going to be able to rotate out, and just like that, you know, lose. RCO is going to be able to get out with their lives. But when I say that, Holiday, you need to go ahead and start dip diving and dodging, because they are going to be shooting your big body out of the sky, and that's exactly what's going on right now. As you can see, they're actually going to have to opt to land on the low ground and shield up right here. Not too many teams will jump down and take this, because every team wants to hold the high ground. So Lazarus know this. So they're probably, what they want to do, they might just, if they do decide to come into, they're probably going to use Wraith Board right here. But this is late game right now. You definitely want to have your bubble and you definitely want to have your portal ready to commit to any team you see. But you know, RCO, they're here. They're doing well. They're trying their best, you know. They may have lost a teammate, but they're going to be able to heal this up and just kind of rat it out for right now. They give each other some materials. That's nice. What a nice teammate. Because if it was me, listen, I'm like, dang, I could have 8 med kits. And if you're random on my team, I still have 8 med kits. All right, I'm sorry. You should grab more med kits for yourself. As you can see, Team Liquid's going to go ahead and opt to try to rotate in. And they're going to try to take top of Lava Siphon, try to see if they can switch on over to Command Center, as we have another zone towards Lava Siphon there, which is something I'm realizing. They're going to take a couple little bits of damage, but nothing too important. As you can see, Glid is going to be setting up some traps, making it expansive and an early detection system. See, this is, now we have time. Let's talk about this. The reason why we're seeing so much Caustic right now is Caustic does one thing very, very well, and that is he makes it so he has an early detection system when you run into a Caustic trap, because he's able to hide them. He has a shield because he's able to block grenades, and you also get a detection and a notice. But anytime when someone hits it, you also have pressure. It pressures teams to go, hey, we need to move now because this Caustic gas to slow us down. Almost something to just help you get free kills. As you see, Lazarus is actually going to be landing right on top of another team, but they actually have to go down low. They're still down the zone, so you know we will see how beneficial this is. But it happens. It happens to the best of us. And you can see fine FPS. They know they're down low, and he's going to try to rotate on over and see what they can do. As they're going to go ahead and move towards box to box, as the rest of Team Liquid is looking to try to collapse on this, and they're doing well, but it doesn't look like Nox sees a person directly under him right now. But they need to be careful because there are multiple teams looking at him, not one, not two, but three other teams looking directly at him. And it's getting to a point like, hey, y'all need to be careful. Y'all may be a very good team, but there are a lot of teams with better positioning right now because they are not in zone. And unfortunately, they have to move quickly because round 4 is closing. And Glid's going to slide right in and see what he can do. Set up some traps. Make sure if anyone pushing him behind, you can only get that little bit of info as they get actually hit with the Valkyrie stun. But they're going to be just fine. No one's pushing them immediately. And as soon as they no one's pushing them, that's Team Lazarus coming around and doing exactly what I just said they weren't doing and getting some push. They're like, no, I want B. I want action right now. Let us move forward. As they're actually going to have to throw down a Gibraltar ultimate right now. It looks like Lazarus Vize is going to actually take some little bit of damage. He needs to be careful because remember, there are teams all around. And Fun FPS does get the shield bat off. Is going to be able to stay alive right now as Glid gets low as well. But it looks like they're doing everything they can to stay alive as teams are just all around trying to do their best to put them down and straight into the dirt. And it looks like they're actually going to be able to get like a little small corner, see if they can heal themselves up as Vize goes down by getting overly aggressive because the Gibraltar ultimate stunned him. And unfortunately, there's just teams, all these top teams right now are doing everything they can to stay alive. And it looks like Glid is going to get dangerously low. A Gibraltar ultimate hits for 40 damage a hit. So that's a lot of health right there. All right, and that's a lot of health he does not have. And Lazarus actually is going to be able to get Vize up, but Fun FPS does go down. And this is your Gibby. You have 40 seconds right now. You need whatever you need to do. You definitely need to do it quickly because losing your Gibby this early on, especially in in-game, is going to be rough. But unfortunately, Fun goes down. His head hitbox was just a little too much in the open, and actually he's going to get roasted by Senpai, who puts a nice little wingman shot through the crevice of a gate to let him know, like, hey, it ain't safe. And Team Lazarus know that they are right there, and they're making a call to try to push toward and commit towards it as well. As you can see, Nock is just doing everything he can to just hold this area, but he looks like he's standing feet first into an incendiary grenade, and teams know that they are on their own. They are getting pushed right now, and teams like, no, I want that beef. As Kodagami actually puts down Glid and Nock as well, doing some very nice shots. They're going to do everything they can to move forward and do every bit of damage that they need to do. All right, as Mar and Most Hated, they're not in the best position right now, but they do have a solid position right now because guess what? They have the bubble, they have the entire gate to hold on, and they're actually going to operate to hold it. As Lazarus is coming in, PK's ready, see they can go ahead and make some damage, but it looks like they're actually going to be able to portal out, and not going to be able to do too much right now. And as soon as I say that, they do a lot right there and put a Castello straight into the dirt. But GS Bird needs to be careful because there's teams all around looking at you guys, wanting to put you all in there. They know one thing, know the Team Lazarus is nasty, and that's exactly why Phony put Vize straight into the dirt. And guess what? There's teams all around right now. Phony's going to have to bubble right now. They're going to have to bubble to try to stabilize right now, and and to do everything it can. Remember, this format is a little bit different. It's not all about kills, it's about getting as much placement as possible. As Team W is going to come straight in and go ahead and start lasering people down with a volt, as well as they're doing everything they can. And Fury is going to do everything he can to stay alive right now. He has to go shield, so he's going to be able to shield up quite fast. And CLG is going to be throwing down the grenades and the thermite inside to see if they can get any bit of damage. And it looks like Fury is going to be the only rat right now, as teams are all around waiting to see what they can do and putting other people in the dirt. As right now you see Muffin's gonna go ahead and put it Rice Roast and put Emmy go straight down into the dirt. As Muffins has the high ground, they're gonna be just CLG has high ground. They can be just fine shielding up right now, and they're gonna be just finishing all these other downs. solidified. Listen, using a gas barrel as well. As you see people just rotating in the open, doing everything they can, but it looks like Fury's actually going to get ready to be roasted right here. It looks like this Costigo causing it, making it very expensive to try to push. But unfortunately, Costigo goes down, so this is going to be huge. As the enemy team is going to have to use bubble, and just like that, going to push in and be able to get those shields and be able to get all that loot right now. And they're going to be able to stabilize in this bubble, and they're going to have all the time in the world, because not too many teams are pushing them, pressuring them right now. But as soon as I say that, thermite grenades and grenades aplenty are coming in, and guess what? This is gonna be where you die, Petty, if you don't move. As Muffins gets dangerously low and goes down. The other teams know this. Remember, this is going to be the final zone right here, and final ring closes in 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, 4 of these squads is going to go down to 3 squads. They're going to be, and what happens now needs to do it now, because guess what? That zone is going to be chunking for half of your health, and CLG has a very optimal position. They're in the middle zone. They can see all the teams, and then all these teams are going to have to move first. And right now, CLG is going to be able to sit there and just watch what's going on. As you can see, teams right now, Complex is going to miss the shot right now, but unfortunately he's going to go down because his team is going to lose to 6 as well. And it looks like Rodis is going to be right here just putting some shots down, and Muffin's going to be the last one. He's going to do everything he can to hide out and get as much time as he can, because right now positioning is first, as Styx has only 10 health and a shield, and that doesn't mean nothing, as CLG is just shooting fish in a barrel right now. As they see the entire lobby, they have all the cover, and they're just gonna be putting shots down, they have the Gibraltar roll down, doing everything they can to solidify these kills. As you just see just cracks all around. They are a bull in a glass house, because you just hear the cracking and collapsing of all these shields. As Muffins has 10 health and is going to have to use his teammate's shield to try to stay alive right now. And CLG just having a dominant performance right now, and they're just going all around, because they know the last people are, and they're coming in straight for those kills, and even acquiring quick leader in a fancy manner, and then collapsing and wiping the rest of the team. CLG did a very, very good job right there. That was an amazing time to push and hold their position, and that's exactly what they're doing. All right, they're doing a very good job as well. Look at the emote. Look, I need some of that. All right, that food looks delicious. I'm actually jealous that Valkyrie gets eaten. I don't get to eat. Apparently I have to work or something. It's kind of trash, but it's perfectly fine right now. Congratulations to Team Complexity being able to completely wipe and do a very good job right now. They did an amazing job. They held their position, especially with the cost of making it expensive for any team to push them, playing it very well. They had 2 big bodies and a Valkyrie. They did a very good job of holding the area, making it so that any team who tried to push them would have to cross a dead zone right there, and they did an amazing job. They did an amazing job of holding that, and just raining down fire. They knew they never had to commit to anything, and just sit afar from behind the comfort of these boxes and put shots down. And that's exactly what they did. They did an amazing job. Now, remember, guys, this point scoring system is not the same way as last week, and this one is a little bit different. If you can pop that up on the board for us, it is a little bit different for us. It's going to be 1 point per elimination, and 12 points for first place. Second place is going to be 9. Third place is going to be 7. Fourth place is going to be 5th. 5 points. So make sure you guys pay attention to that, because it is not the same. We're going to the standard ALGS format, and we have 6 games going on today. All right. So make sure you guys tune in and stick your seats. Now let's go ahead and see if we look at these standings. Let's see how that game turned out for some of us. All right, because we're going to be seeing a lot of teams. I feel like we're going to see a little bit of a change up right now, because that was a very dominant performance right there, doing a very great job overall. As you see, Complexity, oh, goodness gracious, getting a solid 17 points from that match. Most hated 41. Look at the goodness gracious, getting a solid 17 points from that match. Most hated 41. Look at these games right now. We have 3 teams all within 10 points of each other. Goodness gracious. That's just one good game. We've seen 103s right down with 23 points, W with 23. Listen, everybody has kills now, and everybody's starting to go, hey, you know what? We can do this. We can win this game. We can get some nice points on the board. And let me know in chat, guys, if you guys see anything that's different, anything that surprises you. Right now, I'm actually being surprised at how many teams aren't going with the standard, Valkyrie, Gibby, and Wraith comp. We're seeing actually a little bit of a difference with, some Caustic. We're seeing some Watson, some Horizon, even some Loba as well. It's a little surprising to see all this change right now. But hey, listen, we're going to be heading to a commercial break. But before I let you guys go, just know this tournament is brought to you all by Lenovo Legion. They have gaming PCs, accessories, and monitors as well. Remember, stylish on the outside, savage on the inside. I'll see you right after this commercial break.
have to go to let you breathe, but I'll be waiting here, you see. And I don't know if everything will be alright, but sometimes you gotta let go. I guess I gotta let you go.
Won't you say why you're a stranger now? Your eyes escaping mine when I sit you down. Don't you feel like we're holding on onto a fairy tale, but the magic's gone? Been months of puffing the blushes and faking the butterflies. Wake up, yeah, I'm kicking the castle down. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. I think it's time to talk. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. Ooh, yeah, be true to what we are. Forget how it felt from the outset. Hopeless to reset. Ooh, I think it's time to talk. Kinda missing how we kicked it off. Always in overdrive, now the feeling's lost. Blind to notice, we've been losing touch. Long gone fairy tale, yeah, we killed the rush. Been months of acting a fiction and staging a Valentine's. Wake up, yeah, I'm kicking the castle down. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk. I think it's time to talk. Be true to what we are. Forget how it felt from the outset. Hopeless to reset. Ooh, yeah, I think it's time to talk.
I miss the family I used to have. I feel like everything's so different now. Sitting by the fire as we'd watch the flames burn out. I miss the days I wasn't afraid. Now I always have my guard up, hands on my face. I learned to cope with the pain. I know that people think I'm trying to get attention, but in reality I'm trying to send a message. I know there's kids out there that are going through the same thing, and if you're one of them, I hope to help your suffering. Just know it will get better, and these feelings do not stay the same. No, they don't stay the same. I don't wanna make you feel bad, but you kinda ruined my life.
Welcome back, everybody. Hi, I'm your host, Beewhyan /Caster. If you're just joining us, we just finished our maps on Storm on World's Edge, and we'll be moving towards Storm Point. All right, we've seen a very good performance from a lot of teams. We're halfway done. All right, I know you guys can't wait. You guys want more Apex Legends. That's exactly what I'm going to be giving you guys. But first, let's talk about a couple of things and clarify some things. Remember, we have now, this tournament has now switched over to the ALGS format, okay? Which is the most important thing. That means it's 1 point per elimination, and as well as placement points are structured a little bit differently this time, all right? So they're not going to be getting 50 points for number 1 spot. You're going to be getting 12 as well. So let's pay attention and clarify that up right now. Now, the one thing I'm expecting to see change is I'm expecting to see a lot more Valkyrie. We've seen a couple of teams win. They had Valkyrie on it, but we didn't really see them using their Valkyrie Ultimate. But we're going on Storm Point. On Storm Point, we're going to be seeing teams with Valkyrie all over because it's such a large map with such open spaces as well. So we're going to see a lot of people going like, listen, we need to move and we need to move now. And that's exactly what I'm seeing. And I will not expect to see any Watson. I won't lie. I wasn't expecting to see Watson the first time. I'm definitely not expecting to see her on World's Edge, on Storm Point, because man, that map is wide open, and Watson is probably definitely one of the harder maps. Not possible, just a harder map overall to play. And overall, with the standings and everything, we're going to be seeing a lot of things changing right now. Because you can be great on one map, but a new map inspires new meta. You know, we might see more snipe. We're definitely going to be seeing a lot more sniping, maybe some more charge rifles, some more 30-30. And we're going to see teams start to try to rotate their meta around that. So Gibby, every team has Gibby. We're going to see Gibby. That's a given. All right. We're going to see Valkyrie. Now, the only thing I'm expecting to see different is the third legend. If I have all the guessing power in the world, all right, and you guys take your guess of who's the last pick for this comp with the Gibby Valkyrie, I'm going to go ahead and say Wraith. I feel like Wraith is definitely going to be one of the legends that we're going to see just showing a monstrous performance here right now, because I feel like being able to move your team from point A to point B very quickly and point B back is a very important thing right now. Or even at Ashe as well. Ashe is also interchangeable. She definitely sees a lot of success on this map as well, being able to teleport her team directly to the high ground, having 10 seconds before another team could collapse on you. So we're going to see a lot going on, but let's go ahead and take a look at it. I'm expecting to see some teams at Antenna and stuff like that. And so we're going to be seeing see AGG moving towards that RCO. Definitely going to be, this one's going to play a little bit slower. We're not going to have as fast games as World's Edge, but what we will have is beef, all right? And that's what Furia has, is they jump straight in and absolutely Furia eliminated already, and putting some warning shots into the box. Already most hated right now. They see a little bit of I don't know if it was salt or beef, but whatever it was there and ready. As Furia actually eliminates already. And we're seeing teams already going down right now. We see Team Lazarus already putting someone down right now, and they're going to boom, put another one down. Goodness gracious, 2 teams just like that. People had just landed, and everybody apparently has beef with boxes now because everyone's getting their box shot just cuz. All right, you love to see it. As you see teams right now at mill, they're going to be able to stabilize, set themselves up. You don't see too many things being pressured, as GS Bird is going to just be able to heal up, get that easy 2 KP or 3 KP for his team, and they're going to be fine. They're going to be just fine. You're going ahead swapping over to Ironic. They did take some damage, but it looked like they're opting to go ahead and try to rotate on over, see if they can find some better positioning right now. As you see Global Rodents, they are living their best life. As you can see that they are here getting everything they can to try to, rotate on over, get some guns. This map is definitely going to be playing a little bit slower, but as you can see, I called it. Look at it. Look at it comp. Gibraltar, Valkyrie, and Ashe. That is what I love to see. We're actually seeing Furia play a Bangalore Bloodhound. So they have no movement whatsoever. So if a third party happens, you just got to brace for impact. You're like, well, this is where we die. This is where we die right here. As you can see right now, they're going to be able to go ahead and rotate and get some of this designated smart loot system with that the Apex devs have added, and it's going to be very good. As you can see, they're going to go ahead to purple mag already. Torrent's rotating over, seeing what's going on. As we can see, another comp as well. Torrent actually opting to keep the Caustic as well and keep the Valkyrie. So a little surprising. We only see one team not have a Valkyrie. That was a little surprising. And look, under these driving the undercomp. I call it. See, listen, I can predict the future. I said it. Someone hire me as your next clairvoyance, pretty please. All right, listen, let me read your palm or your kneecap or something. I'm not quite sure. As 100 of these are going to be rotating over, maybe we see a couple teams over, but they're going to be just fine. They're going to be able to rotate on in, take some height right now, and actually collect the edge zone. And this zone is a very nice zone because it's going to be pulling directly towards them. They're not going to be really too pressured to have to move or do anything right now, as they're going to be right here just watching the entire lobby having to rotate over. They're going to swap on over the Scare, who hasn't really had that much of a dominant performance just now. What they have is they do have 5 kills right now currently out of all the games we've played, and with Complexity leading, not Complexity, most hated, leading in kills with 26 kills, and Complexity leading with 25, or following with 25. We've seen a really big dominant performance by 3 teams mostly, with 3 teams only having more than 20 kills or more, and the next 2 is 14 and 12. So we're definitely seeing a little bit of a domination by 4 or 5 teams in this lobby. But hey, listen, that could all change very quickly because this is a new map. Storm Point, baby. It's time to see some high tier gameplay. You see Complexity, Inferno, 100 Thieves, everyone just sitting there at the wall right now, just ready to have beef in action. Let us get into that and see what is going on. As you can see, the zone is all pulling towards the wall as well. We're going to be seeing a lot of things going on right here. We're going to be seeing a lot of teams moving and setting themselves out, because remember, and there's one thing Ash can do. Ash can see where dead bodies are, so she can know exactly where teams are. As you see, a person is doing everything they can to dip, dive, and dive, and zip line hop on the zip line to see if they can set themselves up for success. But it looks like they're doing everything they can, running left, right, as W is smelling them. They're like, beef, I smell it. As you can see, they're low but teleport right now. They know exactly where they are. They're going to do everything they can to try to collapse right on top of them. And what it looks like All Glory Gaming here's his beef, and they're like, you know what, I want some of this beef. As you're going to be actually seeing it, try to position themselves. They did get hit a little bit, but you know they'll be able to rotate over. Global Rodents has this high ground. We're going to see teams going to go for a lot of high ground. And this is one thing that I think Ash brings a lot better. It's going to be a lot better on this map compared to Wraith, because there is a lot of high ground on this map, and we're going to be seeing a lot of teams do everything they can to try to rotate rotate faster into zone. As you can see right now, Team Liquid, they're just going to be holding a building down. You're going to see a lot of this as well. Teams just holding buildings down, knowing that, listen, there's people all around. They got all the time in the world. They don't have to really worry about anything. See Team Liquid, they actually have the Loba ult right now, which is definitely one of the things I would say that is going to be a very solid legend on this map, especially with everything being so spread out. They're going to be so teaming teams. You don't know where any of the teams are, because a lot of teams, look at all these trees. Look at all this. This wildlife is activating my allergies right now. Like I feel like I got a sniffle right now, but what I actually got was a sniffle of some of the beat that Casellas is going to be going on right now, and Unlucky is going to be doing everything he can as they hit a disgusting 91, but unfortunately going to go down, and Kodagami is the last person right now. It actually puts down Furia Xera as well, and they're going to have to try to see what they can do to try to stabilize right now. They're going to stabilize really quickly because Tech is going to be able to get them up as Bangalore, and Panders is going to be rotating around and see what they can do. As you can see them go right down, and looks like they're going to go ahead up to try to rotate on out, because it looks like there is listen, it's a 1v3 against a team who have won a match against all these professionals. You're definitely not, your odds of winning the 1v3 is going to be not impossible, just a little low. But it looks like Furia is going to be right there getting pressured by 100 Thieves right now, but it looks like they're going to be low on health right now, so they need to be careful, because 100 Thieves, they smell the beat. They heard the shots, and they want all of that action. They want that smoke, and that's exactly what they're looking to do. As you can see, they're going to sit there and see if they can teleport towards somebody, but it looks like they're going to actually try to shield up first and be just fine. They're not going to try to overly commit to it. They did come in, put some warning shots to go, okay, you guys got it. Y'all be safe, okay? Just know, I know what you are. As you can see right now, as they're actually going to be teleporting directly on top of somebody. Excuse me, I'm going to teleporting and see if they can get a solid position in zone, because they know where zone is. Their main goal was to get zone first. Kills will come to you. Zone positioning is first, because if you have a position in zone, especially your final next couple zones, like right now, if you can see the map right now, you can see that there's that green circle right there. Yeah, they're gonna be fine for just a while, and they're gonna be holding that and doing everything they can to hold that area. Teams are gonna be rotating to them, and they are going to be putting those teams into the dirt and holding those teams out in zone, as there are 18 squads right now, as CLG actually eliminates Lazarus G7 Dank off screen right now. Man, we're just seeing all these titans of a team go at each other and doing everything they can to try to just establish dominance right now, as they're actually out of zone fighting. But it looks like they're going to be able to try to hunt this person down, and just like that, they are get that person dangerously low. And Mamba's like, I smell beef, I want the smoke, as they are rotating all around right now. And see, they get him right before they get hit jump tower, or hit the jump tower right there. But they're getting so close, and yes, so far doing everything they can to try to stealth them. And just like that, boom, they actually go down. It looks like they have one more teammate up, and they're going to go ahead and eliminate Vize. And they are going to be the 18th or close to the 18th team to be eliminated. And it looks like they're going to have a rat teammate as well. They don't have an Ash, so they're not going to know where the other teammates are. But look at that zone chunking right now. All right, they're not far from zone. They're a couple blocks down the street from zone. As you can see, Lazarus GS Bird is going to sit here and try to do everything he can to rat himself out to safety and trying to get some placement points. You never always want to see if you can get some placement points. All right, if you get a kill, that's cool, but placement points is more importantly, because remember, in this ALGS format, it matters, right? Because you're not going to be getting the same amount of points where you can just kill the entire lobby and call it a day. No, this is ALGS format, so we're going to be seeing a lot of different teams play a little bit differently this round. But this is also Storm Point, so that's also a thing. So there's a lot of things, a lot of factors to consider what's going on and what's going to be changing within these maps as well. And just to clarify for anybody in chat who's just tuning in, this tournament is running a little bit differently than the last tournament. This tournament, we're going to be having first place and on the ALGS format. First place is going to be 12 points. Second place is going to be 9. Third, 7 points. And that's how the point distribution is going to be going. All right, and with those points I'm naming, that was per kill. So as the game goes on, those kills are going to start getting you some more. As we're going to go ahead and swap it over to W right now. He's going to be hitting some nice shots right now. And Fury's going to take a little bit of a grenade, but he's going to be just fine. Nothing too damaging. As they're going to sit up here and hold this high ground right now, holding second floor. As you can see, Scissors is going to be holding, just seeing if he can try to get some height and see what's going on right now. As Fury has a Lobo ult set up top, so they can go ahead and just rotate over and get whatever it is they need. As Phony knows exactly where they're rotating, but they're going to get like just a little bit of a bullet, a little bit of a love tap right now, as they actually have already ported themselves out. But they are going to be just fine, because it looks like Phony's opting to hold the high ground, because height is so important in this. But they do have the enemy team. They're going to be sitting there trying to hold these windows and putting shots down, but they're not going to be ready. They need to be careful right now. And Phony's going to see if he can try to put some, get a little bit of shots right here, see if they can set themselves up right on ledge and do some damage right now. There's also 2 ledges on these windows that you can hold by just standing on the ledge and raining hellfire through the window. Very, very, very beautiful place. But it looks like they're trying their best to circle them, encase them, get them all to one spot, and then let them grenades rain. As you can see, Fury is just here. They're kind of going one by one, but it's just to add pressure right now to see if they can just try to get anything meaningful right now. Fury's going to try some shots, and unfortunately going to miss some, but it's the warning shots that counts, the shots that make you go ooh, like where you have to move over a little bit faster than you anticipated, because teams are going to be pushing you. But it's ironic, they're fine. This team is an established team. They're going to be doing everything they can to fight. But we're going to swap on over to complexity right now. Who's going to sit here and try to get Petty Boss back right now? Thankfully, a Valkyrie ult was able to get them over and have them shift over to a respawn beacon sooner than later. As you can see, Muffins right now is, they're gonna be just fine. They go scouting out to make sure everything's good. They can get their team Petty Boss and back in, and they're gonna be just fine. Like, look at him right now, living, vibing, doing it all. You know who's not living and vibing? W, as they're going here and trying to fight their way and secure these kills. They want these kills. They know exactly what's going on, and they're doing everything they can to just push and prod and see what they can do to try to get these shots down. But it looks like Voidery is actually going to be getting a lot of damage right now, but nothing too damaging. But they need to hurry up and heal up or do whatever it is you need to do. As you can see, they're sitting there together. They're like, listen, one of us is not strong enough, but together with the power of friendship, we can kill this team. And that's exactly what they do. As Voidery gets dangerously low and gets all the way down to 10 health, but they're going to be able to be fine. But they don't have a lot of time, because there's teams just looking right at them. See, and this fight is going on for a long time, so it makes you wonder, do they have any intention of trying to end this fight sooner than later? Because if this fight does not end soon, teams don't want to know about this. Teams are going to do this, as Phony's going to actually look to see if he can grab himself a thermite grenade. Yeah, that's right, and get that baby charged up. That door you guys are holding, be prepared for that thing to go down, because guess what? As the door gets absolutely roasted right now by the Rampage, and they're gonna have no other choice but to start rotating now, because they do not want that action. They don't want to deal with it. They want to, like, listen, we'll wait out the Rampage. Let's go ahead and reposition. They don't like their odds. They don't like how long this fight's taking, and they're opting to swap out now. As Irate is gonna be able to try to get themselves out and be able to just be just fine. as Petty Boss is alive and well. He got blue shield. Wow. I never get these lucky off drops. I get absolute trash usually. My goodness. Man, usually when I get off drop, I get 2 Mozambiques. You're like, oh, Brian, well, you can get hammer points. This was before hammer points was brought back into the game. So do with that info as you will. As you see right now, his team's going to be able, Scary is actually right outside of zone. This is round 3. So, and man, that's going to be quite a bit of damage you're taking there. But they're going to be just fine. They don't have far to go, but it's more of a, there's a lot of materials that you're not going to be able to have. And hopefully, unless you have all that inside here, Scary, it's going to be a little scary to be rotating in the blind like that without not a lot of materials as well. As you see, Nanode is actually using a devotion right now. Turbo, listen, that thing is underrated. I'm telling you right now, that thing will put you in the dirt faster than you will ever be able to react to it. Goodness gracious. As you can see, one of the ledges, you're able to get on the window and see what's going on. As Blood Takes is going to be able to shield up right now. They know that someone's in here and they're like trying to see what they can do to hold themselves out. As Team Lazarus, GS Bird is doing his best to rat. You're definitely going to see a lot more rats on this map because there's a lot. Ratting on this map is a lot easier. As you see, Inferno's going to hold this area and they're actually going to throw the Gibraltar perfectly timed. And if they do it right, the bubble's going to go down and boom, they're going to hit a fresh 40 on the blue shield right now and do everything they can to try to collapse on his team. And Zanzuki doesn't want to get caught out right now. He does take a little bit of damage, but he's going to be able to just teleport out. As Zanzuki is dangerously low here. Listen, you better pull out now, son. Don't push past to get too close and die. As you're going to see, they're going to be able to shield up right now, and Team Inferno is going to be able to stabilize. They were at advantage right there, but it got too little dangerous using the enemy team through their Gibraltar right now. And it seems like we're going to be seeing a lot of teams opting to try to see if they can rotate around. This is one thing that this map has, is a lot of rotations right now. As you can see, Phony's actually going to be putting Votary on Twitch on the actual RIP website because they're going to go ahead and finish this quick kill and have a nice little photo on the box with a name on it and in some of your information as well. Cool. As All Glory Gaming actually has a crypto, which is very interesting to have on this map. While Crypto is not a bad legend whatsoever, Crypto, especially with this heirloom, he becomes an A-tier legend, you know, but he's not the best. I'm surprised because a lot of teams opt to choose, especially in North America, a lot of teams opt to choose Bloodhound because you get more information sooner and more immediate as well. As Jomax becomes dangerously, Jomax, you better land quickly. You better fall harder or something. Actually, I have no idea how gravity works. But AGG, the pro, is going to be able to go ahead and get some different information, see what's going on around them. See if they see the buildings clear. Perfect. This is one thing that Crypto does excel at, being able to see and scout a specific position just for you and your team. That's 100 things is poking them. They know someone's inside, but they're on the wall. They're all chilling. Everyone's at the wall relaxing because it's a wall ring. So they're doing just fine. As you see right here, All Glory Gaming is doing, they're fine. They're not being too pressured. Well, Jomax does not have the most amount of health, but they'll be able to be just fine. The main thing right now is that everybody's going for positioning because we still have 16 squads. Not 16 squads in round 4. Goodness gracious. We see a team coming down from the Valkyrie ultimate right now as Eurus is going to be sitting there trying to throw some grenades. They need to be careful because there's not a lot of cover from where they're at. They're definitely going to try to rotate over and get themselves into zone first. They are in zone, but they're going to try to see if they get like a solid piece of cover as they're getting shot from like 2 to 3 teams right now. Just putting nobody's committing, but it's still, hey, bullets hurt. I'll let you know that right now. Bullets do hurt a lot. So you're definitely going to want to position yourselves. You see the nice cost traps cover entrances and entrances. Yeah, that's right. I said entrances. You say exits, I say entrances. All right, I said what I said and I meant it. As Sneasel is going to actually put some nice shots right onto the enemy team. And overall, we're seeing a lot of things going on. This is, oh my goodness, does Emio go hit some nice shots? They actually get it down from over here as well, and they're going to do everything they can to solidify that as well because they want this action. They want that KP. They want them kills. They're not going to be able to get done because it looks like they were from another team's knock. They just confirmed it. But that's one person that you don't have to deal with right there. As you see, 100 Scurvy is going to go ahead and listen. Invisio, we put you in the dirt, and now we put you into the respawn screen. As you can see right now, but it looks like Bloodtick knows exactly where they are. He does not have teammates, and they know this. But you know, they know one thing too, is that you free KP, baby, and they're gonna do everything they can to try to rotate and position themselves. Because guess what? He's in they're on the edge of zone, and there's not much places you can go. But you need to be careful because Blackson gets absolutely roasted from a team that was holding high ground, and his teammates Omnu and excuse me, Scurvy were unable to see what was going on. But it looks like they're gonna opt to try to bubble and see if they can save him here. But it looks like CLG is like, no. You're not going to be able to save that one, buddy. And they're going to actually push to go ahead and confirm the kill. Nano does get a little low. But you know, N6, Night 6 is going to be completely roasted and obliterated, and just like that, they're going to be put in the dirt right there. As W, they did have a fight earlier on. They're doing everything they can to play right and play passive and play smart for their life. And they're going to opt to try to, you know, rotate on out, see what they can do. And W, they see a team rotating in. Once again, another Valkyrie team. It looks like everyone wants to position themselves right on wall, but it's a wall is becoming increasingly more and more difficult as they land directly onto another team that throws a grenade, and just like that, Asura is going to go down, and man, oh man, they're going to actually get a very nice quick shield swap, and CLG is ready and waiting as teams are already here. Listen, I said this game was going to be slower, but I lied apparently, because teams are already committing, and CLG is fighting on the low ground right now as the Gibraltar ultimate goes down. They need to move quickly. They do get a nice crack on the grenade, but what they need to do is get above. And listen, this is exactly why teams are playing some Horizon right now, because Horizon is one thing very well, is repositioning your team all above the enemy team. But unfortunately, V is going to go down in CLG, and boom, just like that, Nano is going to sit there and use the PK and hit some nasty shots right there as they are absolutely roasting. And just like that, CLG was at the end, was in a disadvantage, but guess what? They're disadvantaged but not helpless as they completely obliterate 100 Thieves. And it looks like Ghost Game is trying to come around and see if they can put some shots down and see if they get some easy KP, but it looks like unfortunately they're getting poked by another team, so they're going to actually opt to go ahead and continue to rat. They're like, oh, my bad, I'm gonna go sit down, I'm on my business, my bad, you guys have a good day. All right, enjoy the game, enjoy the Apex games. As you can see right now, as Rack is going to Rack is going to rat right behind the other side of the wall. I'm not quite sure if Mama knew he was there, but they know one thing, that it ain't safe for that, because guess what? It is out of zone. And there is 30 seconds left in the round, right? 30 seconds left. As Free is holding the high ground, they're gonna have to actually smoke everything. They do get a nice little bird. They're gonna be able to get some nice hits on their Gibraltar ultimate. As Zera actually hits a very meaty one. It looks like a Gibraltar actually went on the high ground to see if they can try to slip themselves up. But Fury Pandas, they're going to go actually put them straight in me and go straight into the dirt. And then Zera going to actually be able to shield up right now. They have not too much pressure. But the one thing I do know is that, hey, listen, we got to kill, solidify that kill, and let's look for the others, because we need to go ahead and get the kills that we need. As Tech is still alive as the only Bangalore in this lobby. And they're gonna actually go hit some nice shots. Zera is actually hitting some very nice shots right now. They're like, just because you have a Valkyrie ultimate does not mean you get away for free here. Take some of these free 100 damage right now and give me some of that shield right there, as they're doing everything they can to completely obliterate this team. And Furia is trying to set themselves up for success again, just like last time, doing everything they can to play this very smart, holding outside areas and holding a spot in zone and playing all the head glitches and everything correctly. As you can see right now, Panthers are going to be hitting some shots with their car. They don't have a lot of bullets, but don't worry, they have a lot of time, because they have a very solid position right now, and they see a lot of teams on the outside. And they know one thing is for certain: beef is their name, and murder is their game, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're getting a little bit more aggressive because they see teams, but they want to try to see if they can capitalize and get some more KP, because right now they have 7 KP, and they need to be really careful right now, because you have a very solid lead. You are the top 3 squads right now, so you will be able to get some points. These points are going to be worth a lot more, but it does not matter if you die now, because right now your enemy aggro is not the worst thing. They do have a little spot in zone, so they don't have to move first before other teams, but they're going to be just fine. They actually call it res beacon, so they can go ahead and have just a smidget of more cover. But you can see Bloodhound coming in and working very well for Furia, because they have the Bangalore, the Bloodhound, so you smoke, scan, you know where everyone is. Man, oh man, they're doing everything they can to set themselves up for success. My goodness. I was to see Fury right now. They're going to be able to shield up, and Rack is going to be sitting here with his teammates, you know, see if they can go ahead and try to get some damage. Which, by the way, they somehow got their teammates back up, because I was like, your teammates were dead, buddy. But they somehow got it in the zone amongst all the chaos, so they're gonna be just fine. Rambo's gonna be here. It looks like a Bangalore smoke did cut them off a little bit, so they're gonna take this time to go ahead, shield up, and get ready for the final ring, because guess what? The final ring is getting ready to close. As you see, a Valkyrie will actually pop off, and what that does, it makes it so everyone has to focus on the 2 teams, on each other, focus on everyone who's down. They're going to be just sitting there skydiving, looking above at all the peasants, going, dang, what the dog doing over there? And they're going to do everything they can, and you're just like, just because you're in the air does not mean I can't shoot you. And they're going to do exactly that and see if they can shoot. These are 3 full teams, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. These are full teams, so right ever it happens, they are well equipped. They have no reason like, oh well, we were 2 men. Now it's a 3v3. Fight this 3v3 and see who wins. As you can see right now, as Yura is actually going to hit some nice shots right now. They're going to throw the little tactical and see if they can get some shots and get some hits with their bubble. But it looks like both of them has bubble. But the thing is, they have a Gibby. they have a Gibraltar, they have a Gibraltar, they have a cost, they can have everything they need, and they have a very optimal position in zone. And it looks like Phony's actually able to destroy Furia, but it looks like they're gonna, have to fight over and see if they can do the same thing to Torrent. And then when I say that, and I say the same thing, I disagree, because Furia they come in and absolutely obliterate him, and they have the Gibby bubble up as well, so they're gonna be able to sit down and be able to take some really nice shots right now. They're gonna have to rotate over, and Torrent actually won the game right there. And what appeared to be a very slower game then proceeded to burst up and speed up in rate of fire as everybody's just shooting everywhere. And congratulations to them as they actually do a very good job once again. Only one thing we're seeing a lot with these teams is Torrent is that they are doing an amazing job at, a lot of these teams who are winning these rounds. We're seeing teams hold outside, just a little bit outside the fight, so they can see exactly what's going on and be safe in cover as well. They're doing a very good job. That's one thing we're seeing, a trend we're seeing with a lot of teams, picking and choosing when exactly they want to get the team fight and everything ready, if that makes sense. So they're able to see, so you're here, I'm here, okay? Instead of me shooting you and wasting all my bullets committing to you, even though I know I may have a down or may have done some very solid damage to you, instead of going, all right, I'm gonna push you, I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna hold this area, holding that position, having the discipline to hold that position and to work as a team. When someone goes, hey, there's a person in this bubble, and moving forward and collapsing and doing everything they can to put that person that IGL calls out in the dirt. Rambo and your team and Torrent, congratulations on that win. You guys did a very solid job overall. And one thing I want to see a little bit more is I love this non-meta comps. We saw Furia running with that Bloodhound and Bangalore through the entire game and getting a very nice high placement as well. The one things I want to see, though, is that when we want to see some standings, all right? You guys are tired of me talking, all right? Let's look at some of these standings and see what's going on, all right? My, oh my, as you see, CLG at 50 points, 48, 41, 40, 37. Look how close these games are. Look at how close these games are. Torrent got a very big boost from that last win. Look at how close these games. My goodness, we're seeing teams put some numbers on the board right now. And listen, there's a lot of teams coming through and doing everything they can to get this W and win the match today. Listen, this is Legion Masters tournament. You know what this means? They're Masters players and they're Masters at the game of Apex. I promise you, I did not practice that. I made that all from the top of the head. Hopefully you can't tell too much. As you're seeing teams doing a very dominant and solid performances overall. Huge congratulations to Torrent being able to pick and choose your fight very, very well. And amazing job. You can see not one team has won multiple tournaments or multiple rounds. Each team has played something that's a little off comp or a little bit different and done a very good job and proceed to win said game. So thank you guys so much for this. Let's go ahead and jump over to a commercial break as we're going to hop into Game 5 in Storm Point as well.
The walls I built for myself right in my mind. And then you came over and you showed me love that I never had seen before. Now, when I got you, it's all gonna be alright. Thinking about all the things we did tonight. What a time to be alive. Just you and I. Just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around. You can lift me off the ground so we can fly again. 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 I've been trying hard not to go out of my mind. And all I need right now is for you to stay the night. But if you keep saying that you've got to leave, then I'm gonna be alright. As long as you tell me that we ain't running out of time. Thinking about all the things we did tonight. What a time to be alive. Just you and I. Just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around.
You sure do like to share your opinions, talking big like somebody's listening. Nobody's listening. It's so fun and games until it doesn't. Toss me out, I'll hit the ignition. Now you listen. Hop up in the window. Smaller and smaller you fade out. Hop up in the window. Yeah. You cannot get my vibe, no, there's no way. I'm flying high above all your gravity, trying to bring me down, but I'll never stay. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. You cannot get my vibe, no, there's no way. You can say what you want, call me insane, trying to bring me down, but I'll never stay. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. Watch me levitate. Hey, watch me levitate. Try to paint me like a no-name, so sorry, but we're not the same. No, we're not the same. Boo-hoo, poor you, please forgive me, cause I don't feel any pity. I'm fed up with lies, you wanted my demise, now you're watching me rise, rise, rise. Up in the window, smaller and smaller you fade out. Up in the window, yeah. You cannot get my vibe, no, there's no way. I'm flying high above all your gravity, trying to bring me down, but I'll never stay. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. You cannot get my vibe, no, there's no way. You can say what you want, call me insane, trying to bring me down, but I'll never stay. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. Watch me levitate. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. Up in the window. Up in the window. Up in the window. Up in the window.
Watch me levitate, watch me levitate, watch me levitate, watch me levitate, levitate. Watch me levitate, watch me levitate, watch me levitate, watch me levitate.
Watch me levitate. You cannot kill my vibe, no, there's no way. I'm flying high above all your gravity, trying to bring me down, but I'll never stay. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. You cannot kill my vibe, no, there's no way. You can say what you want, call me insane, trying to bring me down, but I'll never stay. Hey, hey, watch me levitate. Watch me levitate. Hey, hey, watch me levitate.
Think about the times you let me go. Falling through the cracks, emotional. I struggle to see what your reasons are. Sitting in your balance, silence breaks my heart.
All right, here I am, ready to give you guys some more high quality content. My name is Beewhyan, everyone who's just now joining us. This is game 5. Where have you been? We've had other games before this. Where have you been? You know, whatever, take a seat, relax. I'm here to show you guys and talk to you guys about what's going on. And what we need to talk about is that scoreboard. My goodness, we have seen teams come up and we're quite literally fighting and scratching for the #1 spot right now. We have a lot of teams that are within 10 points of each other. That's just a couple kills and a nice placement right there. So we saw a lot of things going on right now in these games. We've seen teams winning with some non-conventional comps where you're expecting, you know, the highest form of meta, which is going to be Wraith, Caustic, Gibby. We're seeing people winning with Wraith, Caustic, Valkyrie. No, Wraith, Gibby, Valkyrie. There you go. That is what I meant to say the first time. I'm not quite actually sure how I got the other parts out, but we've been seeing a lot of teams doing very well overall with like these non-meta comps. We've seen Caustic, Watson. We've seen Horizon. Each of these games, we've seen a team win with something that was off. We even saw Furia playing with the Bloodhound and Bangalore and doing well at it as well. So that's definitely one of the things that's like, wait a minute. I thought this was supposed to be the meta. What happened to the meta? And it shows you right now with these teams, They don't need a meta. They just need a character, and they got beat. But we did see a lot of things going very well. We saw the Caustic being able to help stabilize his team. Excuse me, Rambo being able to help stabilize his team with the ultimate. We've seen teams make a comeback. Rack somehow got his team back. We've seen a lot of different things that game in the midst of all the fight. And it actually went down a lot faster than what we were expecting. You know, because generally speaking, with Storm Point being a much bigger map, everyone have their own landing location. We weren't really seeing too many teams fighting usually. But not this round. They said, Mr. Castor Beewhyan, shut up. And they proceeded to actually eliminate 2 teams right off the back. As soon as they landed off drop, off tops, got immediate smoke right then and there, right as soon as the round started in the Storm Point, which is a very, very rare thing. But remember this, guys, completely unrelated note, this is Legion's Master Tournament. This tournament is sponsored by Lenovo Legion. They offer gaming accessories, mouses, and monitors as well. Remember, savage on the inside, stylish on the outside. All right, now let's go ahead and get this game ready soon. But let's talk about a couple more things though before we start the game. All right, hold on. I know you like break, but you want to move your face, put the game on. I will. Okay, give me a second because I want to talk about some of these teams a little bit more. All right. Sorry, I don't mean to argue with you guys because you guys won't even hear this argument until 5 minutes later. You love to hear it. As you can go ahead, let's take a look at some of these kills right now. COG has 32 kills. Complexity 28, most hated 26, W 17. These are all kills right now by the same team. The only team who's out of it is Team Liquid. They actually have 13 kills, which puts them down at like the 6th, 7th spot right now. But we're seeing a little bit of a change right now because we're expecting these bigger teams to start dominating, and some of them are dominating just in kills. But unfortunately, those placements are what they're missing to give them that extra little boost, extra little oomph to go ahead and set them up for that W, for that #1 spot. And this is next to the last game, so you guys know teams are going to be going hard. Teams are going to be like, no, beef, action, I want it right now. It's my beef and I want it right now. As you can see, teams all around right now just setting up and going. You can see Furia, you can see even Lazarus opting to actually go with the Loba as well. That's a little bit of a shocker there, but nonetheless, they're doing it, and that's all that matters. As you can see, things are going a little bit differently. It looks like a lot of people are going towards wall right now. I'm not sure if there was something that was said or done, but it looks like wall is kind of on Stormcatchers being a little bit of the hot spot right now. But overall, we're going to be definitely going to be seeing a couple of different things here. All right. Thing number one, teams are going to be fighting because there's a lot of teams who want to win, and there's a lot of teams, obviously a lot of teams who want to win. There's a lot of teams who want to take place and get these high-ranking teams out of the lobby right then and there. All right, as you actually see, Fury actually landed up top, landing near Lightning Rod, which is also a very underrated spot because Lightning Rod is a very great spot. As Vize is getting him dangerously, and Vize actually goes down right now, and the other team just has to know that, and they know for certain that, listen, we can move in. As right now, teams knew, they were like, no, this is Lazarus. We have to W key this right now. As G7 Dink actually gets dangerously low and only having 10 health, is going to have to reposition, and they're going to do everything they can. Xset is coming in. They have not really performed great through all these other matches, but they're coming in now, and they're like, listen, we coming in. As you can see, you saw Odd Freestyle coming in and freestyling that kill right now, as quite literally yeeting himself in the Gibby bubble and doing everything he can to get those deaths and murders. As you can see, some nice friendly gunfire. I'm sure they're saying very nice things about each other. Yep, very nice things, as they are going to go ahead and be able to set themselves up and, you know, be able to heal out. Man, Mills is where beef goes down. All right, listen, that's not Weenie Hut Jr. All right, that's clearly not Weenie Hut Jr. That's a dangerous landing area right now, as they're going to be able to just go ahead and grab whatever guns. They have nice R3 PK. Clane is set for the remainder of the game. Look at this loot. I'm jealous. I'm going to play rank right now, and I'm going to be disappointed with how much loot I don't get. Granted, I'm not on the same map, but still, it still hurts just as much. Especially all rocking blue shields this early on. We also see another team also has been eliminated as well, so it's a little bit of a hot lobby, just like last time, you know, where we had teams who just landed and were already getting killed. And being able to eliminate Lazarus, a higher performing team already. Lazarus right now is in 6th right now, and they were eliminated. So that makes the Xset a little bit easier because Xset is currently 15th. They make it set themselves up to go ahead and go, yeah, we're coming for that #1 spot. As you can see, Warrior and Team Inferno is going to be just rotating, just looking around, seeing what's going on. Nothing too committal, relaxing. All right, I'm a little jealous. I wish I could relax as much as they are. And tell me this right now, guys. If you have allergies, do you think your allergies will mess up and activate on like Storm Point? Is that just me? Did I make that up? Okay, it's fine. You don't have to answer. It's fine. I only wanted to answer, but you know, whatever. It all happens. As you can see right now, as Bloodstick, they're going to be able to just rotate over. There's a lot. They have tons and tons of free space. They can go left, right. They're not worried about anything. They have all the time in the world. They're going to be just fine. As you see at Vizio, just rotating around. This is actually a very solid landing positioning as well, because you can find a lot of very good buildings. You actually get a lot of prowler as well. You have a lot of different things going on right now as far as like loot and just options overall. And that right there is what makes it such a solid landing position. Now, this is what this is a little bit of a stinky part about it, is that you are in the open. So when it comes to having to commit to a location or committing to one of the chokes, you will be in the open, and you will be very stuck out in the open for quite a while, because there is not a lot of cover there. Yes, there is the bunker part, and yes, you can go there, but you're not going to be able to get a lot of things, a lot of bang for your buck moving through that area, if that makes sense. You're going to go ahead and watch over and see Inferno. They're going to be rotating over. Put the Valkyrie, Loba, Gibby. What is meta? What is meta? As you can see, they actually spot someone now, and surely they shall start fighting. Oh yes, this is what we want to see. Some of that action. As you see, Warrior take a lot of damage right there. And it's crazy because they hit Warrior's big body for like all of his health, and then they proceed to go ahead and tickle Fury. And then as soon as I say that, they actually stop tickling Fury, and actually that hit. All right, never mind. But they're gonna be just fine. They have all the access to ammo and everything. They got all the shield swaps. This is where Loba's going to be becoming a real powerhouse this map, because you're going to see Loba just grabbing all the shield swap, doing everything they can, not even having to really commit to anything. They're going to have all the time to start trying to, you know, get the loot, ammo. They could just continue to poke and prod, and without any risk to themselves at all, because they'll be able to grab all the shields, all the ammo, and everything they need to succeed. Oh, that kind of rhymed. Y'all heard that? Need to succeed. Yeah. All right, as you're gonna go and see Holiday, he has a charge rifle. He's looking for some people, some rats. He's actually gonna get poked from another angle, but listen, he's fine. He's in zone, and this is where we're gonna see a lot of things going on, and why people are going to continue to pick Valkyrie as a character. She's able to find you the zone, give you the zone, and then also take you to said zone. She's like a bus driver with very nice GPS, basically, and she's able to do all that while being able to tell you where other teams are at as well. What is there anything Valkyrie can't do? Such a strong, such a strong legend overall, and that's why we're seeing a lot of teams run them right now, especially on this map. This is while she did release a couple seasons ago, this map is what she needed to go ahead and showcase how strong she was as a legend. As you see, the 100 Thieves are coming in. They're doing like a little bit of the pokey pokes, doing a little bit of a hokey pokey, seeing if they can go ahead and get some stuff. They're actually going to go ahead and try to opt and take down that Lobo and try to go ahead and say, hey, I don't like where you guys are. Let's moving. Let's get to moving, guys. Let's get to schmoving. As you see, Blackstone wants to move up to try to get aggressive, but it looks like he's actually going to get poked out from another team from afar. And this is one thing we're going to see a lot of. You're going to see teams running with the 30-30s charge rifles. We're going to see a lot more of that because there's so much open space right now, and they have no choice but to start moving. But you know who also needs to start moving is the team that is getting pushed by 100 Thieves, because 100 Thieves knows exactly where they are, and they're like, no, let's get to moving, please. You either move or I'm getting my KP one way or another. As we see Torn, who won our last game right now, who did a very solid job with using a car 30-30. Oh, they're going to be just fine. They're going to be living their best life right here. As you see, here's Rambo. It's going to be setting up shop. They did already clear the nest, but they're going to be just setting up shop, grabbing bats. Listen, look at this. That's very nice placement, because what's going to happen is that this person is going to try to rotate through to try to like either rat or push or sneak around, and boom, just like that, we activated your asthma with your caustic traps. You love to see it. So as you see, there's teams, a lot of teams just poking right now because everyone wants to find a spot in zone. Now where Torrent is, it's not the most optimal, because it is in a more open area, and there's a lot of open water with no cover as well. But what's going to be happening is that they're going to be doing everything they can to try to, you know, scare teams off from pushing, because no team wants to go ahead and take a lot of damage to when they have to push. As you see, Team Inferno, they were in the middle, but they're able to go ahead and rotate on out. As Xset is actually dangerously low, because what they are claiming is going to be just fine. Look, they're on the high ground. The other team's very far. So they have all the time in the world. So they're going to be able to go ahead and try to see if they can try to get them off of it. As Odd Freestyle's coming in, go ahead and go like, nah, I want that beef right now, as he gets absolutely obliterated right now, getting overly aggressive. And unfortunately, his team was not able to support him. He goes down and gets immediately killed by Kodagami. And just like that, it is now a 2v3. My goodness. As you can see right now, Claim's going to hit some very nice shots, but they need to start playing as a team right here, because this team, they know how to kill. They kill good, as you can see. But Odd Freestyle is going to go ahead and get back up. Hopefully he's learned his lesson, is pushing solo and taking a 1v1, because there's one thing in competitive Apex you don't want to do, is take a 1v1. That is a very bad idea. Why? Because even if the person gets lucky and hits one shot, that's you're behind. All right, you're now in spectator mode, watching your friends play the game that you wanted to play. So yeah, don't take 1v1s without your team. All right. But you know, our freestyle is good because his teammates know they'll be able to help each other out and stabilize. As you can see right now, who is not going to be able to stabilize immediately is Kodagami grabbing his team Senpai, because they're going to actually have to rotate out and see if they can do something. But it looks like there's a team already out there, and they lost their Gibby, so they're not going to be able to reposition in here, unfortunately. So they're going to be just sitting here. They're going to have, whatever they do, they are going to have to commit to it immediately. My goodness. And right now you see CLG, they're just fine. They have all the time in the world. Caustic's running around with the Caustic ult in his hand, just in case if there's a teammate hiding or team hiding, they're able to throw the Caustic trap down or Caustic ultimate down and cause the enemy team to start moving and getting some things done. But you see 100 Thieves right now in this corner. They actually took the spot exactly from Inferno, and they're going to be just rocking out. They're like, man, thank you for the shield. You guys go, oh, blue shield? I love a blue shield. How did you know I love this? This is my favorite. As you see, Amigo is just relaxing, getting some heals. Look at RCO. There's a lot of teams right now who are just all setting themselves up slowly and surely, moving towards zone. And 16 squads. Goodness gracious. As you're seeing, people are just, there's a lot of poke. We're going to see a lot of poking. All right. Up until we get, once we get to closer to zone closing, we're going to see a lot of teams finally start committing. But right now, we're just going to experience a lot of poke right now. Excuse me, because right now, there's no reason to commit. We're a lot of teams are out of zone. And let's take a look at the map and see where exactly all the teams are. But you can see a lot of teams are going to be out of zone, and you're going to see a lot of excuse me, people crafting, a lot of people all doing everything they can to set themselves up to be ready for this final zone. Even Team Inferno, where they're at, is a very solid position because they have the low ultimate to go ahead and get themselves over. But what they might not have is a Valkyrie who's alive, because the Valkyrie got overly aggressive and got poked out by 100 Thieves, who is just watching and waiting for them to commit to it. And 100 Thieves sees a lot of teams. 100 Thieves seems to favor a lot of these high ground positions. They won't have a lot of cover on the high ground, but what they do have is a huge commitment to said high ground. So if you may not be a cover in the high ground, but getting to that high ground, there's a lot of open space. So you look at the space in front of her, and Vaxlin, you see all this open area with not a lot of cover in there, and that's just a lot for an 80 team to push. So you're not going to see too many teams start trying to rotate over. And right now, Vaxlin is just hitting shots right now, hitting from across the map, basically, with a wingman. My goodness, it's scary. They're just rotating over. You see a lot of teams in caves. Listen, everything is going to be going prior on nice. Oh, as we see a wingman with a two times sight, the bruiser. That is my best sight. Go ahead, tell me your favorite sight in game for your wingman. All right, me personally, I have a skin that's a no sight skin, easily one of my favorites. And see, All Glory Gaming, they're going to be holding bridge. And the thing about bridge is that bridge is not a bad spot. The issue with bridge is that it's very hard. If you get pushed by multiple teams, it's very hard to stabilize and fight each and every team, because all those teams are going to be you're just going to be overwhelmed because everyone is going to be there. And right now they're actually in the middle, but it appears to be multiple teams. They're doing everything they can to try to fight off everybody and make sure they're good, but they just need to be careful because there's teams all around, slowly yet surely moving towards this area, moving closer towards Mills area. So you're definitely going to want to be careful here, as Vetro actually hits a very nice shot, hits some nice shots. Just a little bit of poke, a little bit of some love taps to go ahead and let you know, hey, You're being watched. And you and they're going to be setting themselves up. As CLG's actually going to go ahead and start moving up, and boom, just like that, they're going to make it so you have to shield up and bubble now. They're going to bubble forward, so that means they're committed to this fight. As you can see, they're going to go ahead and put that person straight to the dirt because they knew they were low. They probably made a call out that it was low. And Vextro is actually going dangerously low. Mama's going to actually have no shield as well, but they're going to actually go ahead, opt to go ahead, get these quick kills and heal up quickly. CLG did a very nice job right there. What they did very well was that they committed the bubble to the fight. And that's when you know a team's committed to you. They did a lot of damage. They're like, this beef is mine. And they're doing everything they can to move forward. As you can see, Nyanya wants to go ahead and try to use some charge rifle, but you get everybody to get a charge rifle themselves. So they need to be careful because they're getting tapped. They're getting some love taps right now from another team from afar, by the way. This team is not close. But looks like they're making the call out to go ahead and try to push closer to cave and try to do their best to not get poked out and die right here. As you see, 100 Thieves are out here at the top of the hill. Once again, this is just the way they live at. They just live at the top of the hill. They don't live anywhere else. And Scurry's just going to be using some 30-30 poking some shots down. Listen, all this time, all this damage right now, they're just building up towards a red shield. And the moment they get that red shield, can you imagine a Gibraltar with a 125 shield with a 50 gun shield too? My goodness, that Gibraltar is going to be almost unstoppable unless multiple teams take them out. But they can be just fine. 100 Thieves, I've seen the teams all around them. It's going to be time. Start looking at time to try to rotate out and see if they get themselves to safety because while yes, you do have the high ground, as you're going to go ahead and see, Scary's actually hitting some very nice shots right now. They actually wipe out AGG, but it looks like they're just sitting here just roasting right now. Oh my goodness, using the rampage, simply shooting until it's empty. They're going to go ahead and say, nah, I want to confirm the kills. They actually ult the down body right there because they want those kills now. Those kills are mine and I want it now. As you see them 1-800 looking for beef.com as they're moving forward together. BAB bubble goes out and just like that, they are committed. And you see Emigo is just watching. See, what can we do here? They're going to actually opt to rotate around and see like they don't want to commit to the fight. So that means they must hear another team. But what it really means is that they're going to play it smart. They're like, hey, listen, we got our kill. No reason for us to overcommit and then die. Let's take our time, let's take our time here. As you see, yeah, it's just going to be rotating over and seeing if they could try to get closer towards rock. The zone's pulling a little bit more towards mills or a little outside of mills, so looks like everything's gonna be just fine right now. And we're just seeing a lot of teams actually push each other because Scary is starting to realize, hold on, wait a minute, we need to put this team in the dirt. And then guess what? They got the crack on the gimme, and that's exactly what they're going to take advantage of. As you can see right now, Nizo's going to be taking a lot of damage as Yaya hits a very nasty shot right now, getting a very disgusting 140 right now. And boom, just like that, Yaya was the last one, and what appeared to be an advantage, it immediately turned into a disadvantage because the target focus was a little bit better on CLG because CLG was like, no, we are here to fight. And that's exactly what they were doing. As they get the shield spots for Nano, set themselves up for success. What they did well, and the reason why they lost that fight is because their target focus was not there. While this is Apex Legends, you only can shoot one person at a time, they shot the same person at the same time so that they died faster. So you had a Gaming who essentially had 10 health, was doing a lot of damage. They throw this thermite grenade right now. Someone throws the thermite grenade right on the stairwell to go ahead and get some solid burns and get some mirror. This is caustic. This is Rambo we're talking. And Rambo is definitely one of the best caustics I know, and he's doing a very good job overall just holding the area and creating that pressure, making it as expensive as possible to commit to him, because if you commit to a caustic, your fight will not be quick. After yes, you can take the barrels down, but at 150 damage at what cost? Team Liquid's going to actually slide around. Glaze is going to slide around and get a nice little shot right there. You know somebody's outside the zone, but it will not be quick. After yes, you can take the barrels down, but at 150 damage at what cost? Team Liquid's going to actually slide around. Glaze is going to slide around and get a nice little shot right there. You know somebody's outside the zone, but they want to see what they can do to try to reposition and get these kills and go for these angles, because they're like, listen, I'm tired. I don't like not being in first place. Team Wickers want to be in first place right now. And they do get ulted a little bit right here, but they're gonna take a little bit of damage. I say a little bit of damage. They need to take a lot of damage. Castello's actually hit a very nasty shot on them, but it looks like, Nox is gonna go ahead and save his teammate and be able to get his head back up. Here's some teams all around, and his Team Inferno is using a rampage right now, is going to let that thing ring as they're just raining down hellfire upon 100 Thieves right now. You're not gonna be able to commit to it too much to it, because 100 Thieves will be dipping out and trying to see what they can do as Vaxlin gets dangerously low. One bullet right now, and Vaxlin is down for the count. As right now his teammates are doing everything they can to try to to cover from and give him as much space and time as he need. But it looks like he's gonna have to switch on over to a blue shield right now. His Team Liquid's gonna be able to just relax. Look how peaceful Team Liquid is right now. They have a Kraber in their hand, a Kraber Mastiff on knock. They're gonna be just fine. They're not feeling any pressure whatsoever. They're living their best life, doing a very good job at what it is they do, killing. They know a team's up top, and they want to see if they can try to maybe boost up on top of them. So it looks like they're going to try to boost up and either land on them or see how many teams are around the area so they can see if they can get themselves some more KP. Because Team Liquid is like, listen, placements, I don't want that. I want beef. And that's exactly what they came to do, is looking for this beef. As they're going to be dropping in, seeing what they can do. They're actually going to opt to see to go closer towards Mills and see if they can land on the spot in Mills and set themselves up. But it looks like it's going to be a very expensive thing because there's going to be 2 teams already in Mills. They're going to be looking, so you got to keep this in mind, like, oh, there's another team landing near Mills right now already. Because one thing you guys can keep in mind is that there are 10 squads left. Mills is the last spot, and Mills is not known for being a very big area. As you see right now, they actually get a Gibraltar ultimate on Team Liquid, but they're gonna do everything they can. And this is where the fight starts. This is where exactly Inferno's gonna start committing to it, and everybody's committing to fights because everybody knows where everyone is, and they're doing everything they can to try to stay alive. They know, listen, at the end of the day, I have beef. You are my problem, and I plan on taking care of it. As you see, Team Inferno right now just doing everything they can to see what they can do to set themselves up for success. They're gonna finish that down right here, and they're gonna get down, but they did actually put down CLG, as CLG is out of the fight right now, and it comes down to the last 9 squads who are all here holding every single nook and cranny they can. As you can see, does miss the the Kraber shot, but what it does do is send a warning label out to everyone in the lobby, like, hey, there's a Kraber on the board. Although he only has 1 shot, they don't know that. As you can see, people are doing everything they can to try to secure a kill and continue their reign of terror, because Complexity has been doing very well this tournament. Granted, right now they are actually in the #1 spot, so they've been doing a very good job overall, and they actually have the Lobo ult to grab even more care package weapons, which is insane because it's like, how many care package weapons do you need? As in, you see Nox sniping Costly traps with a Mastiff. All right, that's a first. All right, you know, I don't judge. At the end of the day, you know, hit your shot. As you can see, they're just gonna grab all the shield bats. They're doing a very good job of just holding down this area, because at the end of the day, they know, listen, this area is expensive. All right, and especially holding a high ground right on top of Mills, and they want to do everything they can to just absolutely roast and do everything they can to roast and finish this lobby off quickly. Because listen, Liquid's like, where's our W? We want a W now, as we're down to 9 squads right now. And you know, you can see teams just rotating on. They hear a lot of teams underneath, and we see the Bangalore Smart coming through too. That's probably going to be Furia right now, but we can see what's going on right now. As you see, Knock actually try to go for it. Do it, Knock. Come on, Knock. Give it to us. Give us the chat. Oh, come on. Almost so close. Do it again. Oh, as I hit a disgusting shot right now. So Hunter Scurvy is going to actually take the teleport and go immediately into the dirt, as Knock's going to actually have to rotate. They do get the down, so they're not going to be able to get the kill so far, because there his teams all around. And the last thing you want to do is give up your high ground. That was an absolutely disgusting shot right there. As you can see right now, as CLG is putting people in the dirt. Sleeping Panda is in the forever rest right now. Right now, as you see, they are just going all around, doing everything they can to keep everyone off this high ground, because they're like, this high ground is ours, and we are here to take it. As you see, Knock is going to get some nice shots right now with the Mastiff right now, and boom, just like that. Goodness gracious. And they have all the shield swaps. They have all the ammo. Listen, what gun you want to have right now, because they have it right now on the low. They have it on the cheap right now. As you can see right now, they're going to go ahead and destroy the Costly traps. Go ahead and say, hey. As you can just hear shots just ringing off left and right underneath, as Fun FPS is going to take some damage, not too much though. And as well as Glid comes dangerously low and coming down with 10 health. But no one's going to be able to commit to it right now unless you're Fun FPS, because my goodness, look at the steadiness of his aim. It's hard to believe the Flatline has any attachments or anything, because he is just hitting these shots what seems to be just a laser beam right now. This man is not human. Absolutely monstrous plays. They do see the Lobo ult right now, and they're going to see if they can get destroyed, but they don't want to give up the position right now, grab too much aggro. They're going to be just fine. They have all the time in the world. No reason to give up all your space right now. You could just hear teams going, dying, disappearing left and right underneath, getting sent straight. You see Xset getting straight to spectator mode, the lobby. My goodness, there's going to be a lot of teams. And remember, this is the final ring right now. We have 6 teams right now, 1 high ground, 6 teams. What's going to happen right here? I can tell you right now, Team Liquid is definitely looking to try to win. They're actually going to get smoked off by Fury right now, which is going to do a lot because now they can no longer push and shoot through it. And the thing is, right there, if they were that Bloodhound scan, they would set themselves up for failure because Bloodhound would be able to scan and they just shoot through the smoke. As Fun sees someone, he's so tempted to jump down, but he's not going to jump down. He's going to play it very smart and hold the high ground because right now, that's the most important thing right now. High ground, high ground, high ground. All right, they can do get a grenade off, and so they're nothing too committal right now, but they do have 4 KP, so they're doing everything they can to just hold this high ground. You're just going to see this team. They're not going to leave it unless they know for a fact that they can go ahead and secure the kill if there's the last 2, maybe 3 teams as well. But they will not jump down because they know the moment you jump down, you lose your power position. They do have solid KP as well, so there's no reason for them to go ahead, and they don't need to get thirsty. They have kills. They're not far behind a lot of teams. They're definitely able to win. But remember, guys, this is the finals right now, and we only have 1 more game after this. So let's go ahead and finish this game and see what's going on. This Team Liquid is holding up on top. You see Gibraltar dropping down left and right, and you see they're doing everything they can to try to see if they can set themselves up for success and get every single poke and dash they can. There are actually so many Gibraltars that are going off. They're going to have to do everything they can. They have to pop the bubble right now, and Liquid is just doing everything they can to hold this high ground. You just hear teams getting eliminated left and right now. As Complexity is going to actually go down right now. Shiny goes down to a Costa ultimate right now, and you just see right now they're just holding this now. This area, Knock is doing everything he can. He's like, listen, I want to put you down straight in the dirt, and they did a very good job because they know exactly what's going on. They know when exactly to push. They know another team's pushing, and they're just going to keep dipping and dodging inside the zone. They're just shooting fish in a barrel right now. You just see teams sitting there trying to get as much kills they have, but what they don't know is Team Liquid just sitting up top, just holding and rocking the high ground, and bam, just like that, Team Liquid actually obliterates everyone else just by shooting fish in the barrel. What they did was a very excellent job. They held that high ground. They were like, listen, you get off our high ground. Get off my high ground, boy. And that's exactly what they did. They did a very good job. Team Liquid, congratulations on that. You did a very nice job of holding down the fort and keeping everyone off of the high ground. Man, high ground. There was so much high ground right there. And their presence alone is what caused teams to go, look, we can't shoot them, but we can shoot you. And that's exactly what they were doing. They're doing a very good job holding down the area, doing everything they can to just solidify their position. That was a very nice play overall. Hold on, finger snaps. I don't know, can you guys hear this? Finger snaps right there. That was a very beautiful play because and it's showing the discipline overall of going, hey, we don't need to overcommit to this. We can sit up top and we can shoot slowly and surely, whittle everyone down bit by bit. And you saw Knock doing that perfectly. Knock got a very nice shot and could have easily dropped down and got the kill. He would have got killed himself, but it could have easily went down and did a lot of damage and didn't commit to it. He was like, all right, cool, don't worry, I'll come back for this kill. Came down, put him down in dirt, and then came back up. And let's go back in, and came back down and put some more people into the dirt. And that was a very nice play overall. And man, get another round of finger snaps, please. We're classy. That's why we're snapping. Okay, we're classy. All right, as you're doing a very good job right there. Overall, it's with the zone ending at mill and having as many teams as we did there. That was a very, very beautiful play right now. But listen, you guys don't want to hear me talk about the plays. You guys saw the plays yourself. Let's go ahead and look at these standings. CLG, goodness gracious. They did get eliminated early on, but they looked like before they went out, they took quite a few teams with them. Goodness gracious. Look at that. Having 62 points, Complexity 54, Fear 49, Most Hated 44, Team Liquid 43, and Torrance 43. Good gracious. We have a little bit of a tie right now, but man, look at these points. Complexity, that round right now, Complexity is leading, excuse me, not Complexity, CLG is leading the tourney right now with 42 kills. Complexity following behind with 30, and Inferia with 20. And then Most Hated 26, and as well as Team Liquid 26. So you've seen a lot of high kill games, but remember, we're not in our old format for the last weekend. We are on the new we are on the ALGS format, so kills aren't worth as much, and placement is what matters. And you can see exactly which teams are doing that better than others, because there's murder on the board. There's a lot of murder on the board, but where there isn't a lot of high placing teams, because they're not either picking fights wrong or just getting unlucky and having to fight 4 to 5 other teams at the same time. So we did see a little bit of a drop off from Lazarus right there, but listen, Lazarus is not out of the game. We have one more game left, ladies and gentlemen. And make sure you guys tune in and stick to it. Just know this tournament is brought to you all by Lenovo Legion. They offer gaming PCs, monitors, and gaming accessories as well. Stylish on the outside, savage on the inside. I'll see you right after this commercial break.
That's how it goes when you Hollywood perfect.
Cause I don't want nobody to change me now. Cause I like to be myself. If you're not agree, you can walk away. You can walk away. You can walk away. Something in my mind leads me then I ain't nobody perfect. Something in my mind leads me then I ain't nobody perfect. Ain't
Hello, welcome back. I hope you guys all had a great break. You know, use the restroom, get your snacks, get your bottles of water because you drink water or soda if you're one of those nerds. And you guys are ready because we have to talk about the final game. That's right, the last game of the night on Storm Point. I don't think you guys are. I'm not ready. We have a lot of teams that are so close in points right now to winning this game. And we've seen a lot of teams coming through and showcasing their talent and ability to win and go for these games. Now, what I'm expecting to see here is I'll be real. I don't know left. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going to be going on right now. The one thing I do know is that there's a lot of beef. All right. That's one thing I do know. All right. And there's a lot of teams right now who are holding these areas, getting ready to go ham and do everything they can to win this tournament. So let's go ahead and get started and see let's go ahead and talk about some of these teams and see what's going on here. Now, what I want to point out is what started off to be what simply looked like it was going to be like a little close game. Team is now starting to peel out from the lead. CLG actually is pulling a little bit of a lead bit by bit and really slaying and doing well in these games. The crazy thing is CLG won one game. They haven't they placed well, but they've been just killing so many other teams, and because of that exactly is what's starting to get them above the rest, is because all these points they're collecting is just pure kills. They're leading the lobby right now in so many kills right now. Here I'm gonna go ahead and show the standings real quick so we can see what's going on. So you can see what's going on before we get to game 6. Because right now there is a lot of things going on, all right, on the scoreboard, and you're able to see a lot of everything. If you right now, you can even see a complexity at 54 kills, Furia 49, Most Hated 44. Some of these teams who did not to say they didn't do well, they weren't starting off strong, but started going hard as the games go on. Because remember, there's one sentiment that works for every single tournament: the longer the games go, the sweatier they're going to get, and that's exactly what we're finding here right now. All right. Next thing we need to talk about is we need to talk about exactly the meta. All right. And what we're seeing right now with said meta. We saw a Loba, a Valkyrie, and a Gibraltar win this round. We didn't see last time. We only saw a Wraith, Valkyrie, and Gibby. We're now seeing Gibby, Loba, Valkyrie. We saw a Gibby, Valkyrie, Watson. We saw a Gibby, Valkyrie, Caustic. There's one constant, which is generally speaking going to be Gibby. But overall, we're going to be seeing a lot of teams starting to just realize, hey, we can mess with our comp a little bit and change some things up and make it so that we can get some placement points, get some points on the board. As you're gonna go ahead and see XZ go ahead opt to land directly, landing hot right on Mills right now, and there appears to be a team already on them. But guess what? Just like that, XZ's like, nah, you're gonna have to earn these kills, Playboy. As they're actually hit some very nice shots right now. They do have the Prowler right now, but like there's one thing that Prowler does for sure: it is great at burst damage. That's one thing for sure. As you can see right now, JB is getting absolutely roasted from height right now, and it looks like there's just a scrabble just to go ahead and get a couple bullets. But it looks like Odd Freestyle is like, listen, I'm bringing it to your front door. I'm coming straight for you, as he yeet himself right above, and they don't know they're right above someone. This is definitely a more point that would help out, but you can see they actually swapped out and they actually put a Pathfinder instead of having the Pathfinder, so they can be able to try to reposition, get a little bit better movement going on through the map and stuff like that. As JB's going to sit here up top, he's going to be able to go ahead and try to get stuff. They do have numbers advantage, but they don't have a lot of loot, and whatever they do have, they have like 6 bullets of it, so they need to commit to whatever they're going to do, because if you're in, you're not going to be waiting. But you need to realize that Lazarus is not going to give you a kill, as Lazarus actually goes down because they got a little too greedy, and Vinze is the last one, and this is the last game. So once you're eliminated, that's it. You're not going to be able to have a chance to go ahead and try to get yourself up in a little bit higher positioning, and XSET knows this. Lazarus hasn't been doing the hottest right now, but they haven't been doing the hottest. Lazarus right now is coincidentally at 8th place, or excuse me, yes, correct, 8th place right now. So they haven't been able to really go ahead and solidify position, and it does not look like they're going to be able to solidify position because they lost so early on right now, and that's a very rough spot to be in, losing first before you can even finish the game. But it looks like Vinze is going to be doing everything he can to reposition himself right now. He's going to be able to grab some loot. Going to grab the car. He's going to be able to be just fine. He's fine. The bullet, they don't even hurt. All right, as he's gonna grab the shield and see if he can rotate over. But it looks like XX like, listen, I don't care if it is game 6 or game 15. I'm out here and I want beef, and that's exactly what they're looking for. The beef. They're looking for all that action, and they smell it. They're like, nah, we know you're here, buddy. We didn't see you run around. But they need to be careful because guess what? It only takes one rat to ruin everybody's KD. And I lied as soon as I said it because Vizzy actually is going to go ahead and try to opt to rotate over and actually gets a really nice crack right now. And unfortunately, Vizzy is going to go down to JB as JB is going to go ahead and put some warning shots straight into the body. Nice shot. Nice job, JX, for getting that quick clear and kill and finishing that team fight. As you can swap on over to Furia, they're going to be just rotating over, see if they can go ahead and get some nice stuff. As we're seeing a lot of prowlers. Is a new prowler meta? Prowler meta? Is prowler meta coming in? Do I not know what's going on? Hello? I could have sworn I play this game sometimes. I guess not enough. As we're gonna go ahead and see that most hate is gonna be here. They're gonna have some nice, decent shields. It looks like there's a team just a smidge closer to them. But you know they're gonna be just fine. As Furia is still rocking the Bangalore Bloodhound Gibby. Now what they do lack is in movement. They do make up in a lot of aggression. Having the Bloodhound ult being a very aggressive ult, having the Bangalore tactical being able to reposition you. You will have a lot of things where you're going to be able to move forward and push forward and get those kills. The only thing is you have nothing to help you close the gap of getting to that. You see Global Rodents are actually here leveling up their Evo shields. All right, Global Rodents. They're like, nah, we want to make sure we're ready for the beef. We want to make sure we're ready for that action. And that's exactly what they're going to be doing. As 103s, they're all purple. They're all purpled up already. They're already a threat. Now they're a menacing threat with a lot of health. As Torrent's going to be repositioning outside of Lightning Rod, try to get rid of it, do what they can to go ahead and set themselves up for success and rotating on out. And they're going to be passing by, just kind of cruising, trying to see where everybody else. They even skip past farm, trying to see where everybody is at so they can pick a spot and then fight for that spot. They're definitely the right place going for positioning now because you're going to be able to fight and figure out like, all right, this spot, yes, that spot, no. You know, like, you're just like kind of going location shopping if you really think about it. Oh, no one else goes location shopping? And they did go, I forgot they were on the top of the hill because I was like, man, they're falling for a very long time. But you know, they're going to be able to do this. And so they're going to have all the time in the world. They're going to go opt to choose the cave and they'll be just fine. As All Glory Gaming appears to be in a little bit of a fight, but nothing too major. They have time. They'll be able to put some shields up and stuff like that. What they do, and they do have the crypto. We haven't really been seeing the crypto work too well for them, unfortunately, because it's just been a little bit of a team that's getting either unfortunate third parties or just the way zone is not favoring them. But Team Liquid knows exactly where AGG is, and they know, hey, they're over here and we want to play this the right way. And when I say the right way, they mean they want to put them in the box. That's exactly the way I'm talking about right now. As you Glide's going to take a little bit of shot, but you know, nothing too damaging. As you can see, Joe Max is going to try to take some height, see what they can do to try to set themselves up for success. As you can see, there's not going to be a lot of teams that are going to be just moving in carelessly because this is game 6. Everyone wants to see how many points they can go. This is all about pride now for a lot of teams, and they're going to do everything they can to try to get it. So like, they're like, no, we want the beef, we want the action, because they have no reason not to push. None. And Team Liquid's doing a very good job just holding area, knowing that, listen, we don't have to push, we have time, we have a decent lead, we can try to get ourselves some extra KP, some placement point. They have it all. They have no reason. Playing defensively here, definitely one thing they're going to be trying to do right now is AGG Pro is looking all around just to make sure before we commit to this team fight, are we going to be third party? They're doing a great job looking for all the rats and everything like that. Doing an amazing job and seeing what they can find here. All right. And you see this ball. Yeah, they're using my favorite Loba skin. But we're gonna go ahead swapping over to 100 Thieves right now, who is complete. They're playing right now a very nice spot. They have the split behind the door, but you can see right here as Owen Mamu is going to go ahead and get aggressive here and hit a 66 and then a 77 right there. They put him straight in the dirt right now. They're putting Hakagami and then put Senpai straight into there. That leaves one more player right now, and they're doing everything they can right now as they use the Evo, and then that thing rang, and just like that, wow, completely obliterating Castelos right now and establishing, listen, we are 103s. Whatever game we touch, we are dangerous with it. As you see, Onmu tries to go ahead and start. He's like, listen, I know we got to finish this kill. I want some more kills. Let's go ahead and start shooting at the next person, and let's get this game going. They say, listen, this is the final round, but I'm ready to turn up and get this party started. All right, as you can see, AGG, they know exactly where the people are, and they see them pushing forward, but what they're trying to do is they're trying to play a little bit smart. They're trying to see, all right, EMP, where do we want to EMP and how do you want to do it? Because they do have EMP right now, but it looks like they're just going to opt to just kind of play a little slow. They're going to just strat it out. They got some damage. They're not going to try to throw it all away just yet, even though Team Liquid's like right on the other building, menacingly, just staring at them. As you can see, but they know where each other at. They're like neighbors, if you think about it. Like a nice little neighborhood. They're like, okay, here. As Team Nox is going to try to move up right here. See, he doesn't really know that they're all on the other side, but they got him. They got something for him. They're going to see if they could try to sneaky deke him and put that man into the dirt. All right, that's the goal anyway. As you're going to go ahead and watch swapping over to Onmu, who's putting some shots down, closer towards tunnel. Nothing too crazy. Just seeing what they could do to try to, get some more poke, level up these Evo shields. The closer you can get them to red, they're better. Because if you get your shields to red right now this early in game, and round one hasn't even closed, you're golden. You're actually golden. As you see right now, most hate is just waiting right now and see if they can go ahead and throw the ult right now. But unfortunately, MJ takes a Kraber shot right now to the chest. He's going to have to do nothing but slow down and heal up right now, as Global Rodents is going to be sitting there just doing every bit of damage possible. They actually rotated all around and came all around, hit the rotate button right now. Example hits Solo right now and just dangerously hits a nice shots right there. But it looks like Zample's going to go down as for themselves. So they need to be careful, because right now, most hated is on the high ground, relaxing, looking down at Solo, going, listen, we still not Solo. They're going to be looking down and put them straight into there. And just like that, we're going to see another shield crack. We're going to see a lot of damage right now as MJ is doing everything they can to create as impossible as make it as difficult as possible, as MJ is the last person standing right now. It's a nice little cent 25 right now. Blue shield is doing everything they can to like set themselves up, and actually doing some very nice jiggle peeking right there, as they're going to be able to put them straight, get them really low, and go, all right, you have to kind of commit to this one, Playboy, or you out here. But it looks like Robin's going to go ahead and get their team up. And right now, this is a really rough spot, because what's going to happen is Script is going to do everything they can to just keep kind of dipping in and out to make it as difficult as possible. As you can see, they're doing everything they can to make it so, like, listen, you don't have enough time to heal. If you heal, guess what? You are going to have to deal with me every single time. But looks like they're going to try to do everything they can to take advantage of them having to heal. And actually, Gibraltar ultimate just drop down right on top of them. And just like that, they're going to actually be able to shield up and everything. Because right now, they made it very expensive. Good job to MJ being able to play that very well, playing it carefully, not committing to it, and not taking that 1v2. Because I definitely would have taken the 1v2. I would have turned my brain off, like, well, brain off, beef, begin. And then just start brawling with everybody and then die. So, yeah, that's me. Yep. Bet you're wondering how I got here. That would have been my face. As you can see right now, Global Rodents they're just holding low ground, watching stairs and everything like that. They're all on top of each other. They do have a Valkyrie, so they will be able to kind of rotate, schmotate whenever they want to. But there's no real pressure right now, because the zone's not closing. They don't know where the next zone is, and they definitely want to get caught out by landing on another team right now. And you can see right now, Mark's going to drop down and see if he can peek through the window and see if they can go ahead and get somebody up. But it looks like, he sees someone on the stairs. He's going to be able to pop one shot right there. He's going to see as his teammate actually completely bubbles this and throw another ultimate. Is going to throw it at them, and they're going to have to commit. They did a great job of separating them, but unfortunately, Stolic's going to go down right now, because the target focus was much better on him than what they had on them. As you can see right now, as MJ is going to do everything he can to fight and put everyone back in the dirt, but unfortunately, he's just going to have to lose, because his teammates went down too soon right there, as they were fighting hard, and unfortunately, they're going to lose this fight, and MJ and most hated is going to be eliminated from this tournament. Global Rodents did a very good job. They listen, you butt on me first, yes. Well, you know what we have? Target focus, and that's exactly what they did. They did a very good job focusing down their targets first. Because the thing is, you can do a lot of damage to a person, right? But unless you and your teammate are shooting the same person, they have a chance of moving around and living. But if everyone shoots the same person, all right, that is going to bring you success. You're going to find a lot more success with that than anything else. So you see Vax on here with the charge rifle. They have 3 KP, and they're farming people right now, just seeing what they can do. And go ahead, what they can do to solidify some of these kills, because I think that Vaxline is not scared of anything, and I do mean anything. That man is here just waiting. He's actually daring people, and leveling up. The most important, he's leveling up his Evo shield, because there is 14 teams right now, and round 2 is closing. But being able to level up your Evo shield with a charge rifle is the most amazing thing ever. Because remember, the charge rifle is a hit scan weapon, meaning where you look is where it shoots, and it hits immediately with no travel time. So they are definitely doing everything they can to take advantage of that. As you can see right now, Onmu is just, putting some shots down range, see if they can find somebody, put somebody in the dirt, and see what they can do, and go from there. And see right now, they have kind of this double sniper setup right now because they really want this damage. But they need to be careful because listen, while farms is a much easier place to fight in, is not 100% safe. There's actually no part of this map that is 100% safe. As you're gonna go ahead and see Scary just rotate in and they can just commit straight to it. They just run in, holding that thing, letting that thing ring right now as their teammate Nizel gets a very nice shots with the master right now and does a lot of damage right there. They committed to the fight and go absolutely obliterate them right there. Amazing play by Scary, being able to rotate in together as a team and shoot who you need to shoot and put everyone down with no casualties. No one went down. No one went down there. No one took unnecessary damage because everyone played together as a team. That's what makes a great player. Winning your 1v1s, that's great. That's cool. However, winning your 1v1s and taking as minimal as damage as possible is what makes a great player. Because the thing is, you can fight any team, but the moment you can make it so no one else can take your amount of health, your shields, or even put you down in the dirt, that helps you and your team out a lot. Because now you don't have to worry about a teammate having to come heal you. You can heal yourself. You can get your new shield. You can do all these things. You don't need a teammate to stop shooting to come save you. So that's usually what goes on. And that's the reason why, like, you know, learning how to take fights and not take unnecessary damage is what makes a great player. But ladies, gentlemen, and thems, remember, this is the final game. This of the finals, all right? There is no more after this for NA. That's it. This is the end of it. And so teams are going to be playing dirty. They're going to be doing everything they can to completely collapse on these teams and get that KP and get that positioning points, because at the end of the day, the thing they want the most is they want beef. They want action. They want to get to a spot where they're able to shoot somebody and go, yeah, we did that. What's up? And that's exactly what they're doing. As you can see, Fear Panda's getting hit a little bit, getting some shots put down into him. But, you know, once again, nothing too committal. As 100 Thieves also putting shots onto another team inside the building, but they're going to be just fine. They're like hit some nice shots, but it's a Gibby. You know, 50 shield, 100 damage to Gibby is not the same as 100 damage to a Bloodhound. So Gibby's just fine. But right now, Scurry is actually going for these angles right now, but really needs to be careful because it looks like there's going to be Gibraltar ultimate jump right on top of him, but it looks like they're going to be able to do it just fine, not have to worry about anything, because they're going to be sit there and hold this window still as if and just continue to just rain hellfire with the flatline versus charge rifle at that range, buddy. Hey, example, not gonna lie, man, you might lose that one. As you can see that they don't have to peek as long as you do. As a grenade gets stuck right now, and just like that, they're getting actually pushed right now because Amu chose a very good angle and threw in the tether and was able to tether the Valkyrie as well. So they're gonna sit here outside. They're gonna see, wait for the bubble to go down and see what they do, because at the end of the day, they know someone's shield is broken right now. And Vaxlon doing a very good job of calling it, making a call it, go for the angles. And just like that, knowing, hey, wait a minute, there's too many angles here. As you can see, Amu's like, too many angles. What do you mean? I got too many bullets. I need to let them ring. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're doing a very beautiful job right now of letting them bullets fly. And they're going to actually completely obliterate them. As we're going to go ahead and swap on over to Furia Esports right now, Xset, who's doing everything they can to just fight. And you're just seeing PKs going off all around right now. As you just see beef and destruction everywhere. As 103s, they do lose Onmu right now, but it looks like Scurry's going to do everything he can, but they're going to action go down. As JBX said, they're turning up this final game. They're like, listen, we need to come in here and show this the weekend before, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're doing performing. They're trying to solidify these kills and do everything they can. Does get stunned by his teammates thing, so he's not gonna be able to have the same movement as he does. But it's a pathfinder. You can eat yourself in many different directions. And this is round 3 right now. As we see, teams are committing to fights. This is where we want to see. We see the fight. This is where the action sees. You want to see this, guys. As Joao Guedes and his team are holding the low ground, trying to see everything they can to keep their team alive, because they know there's a lot of teams around them. There's 4. It looks like there's 3 teams all around them. They're going to be playing it very carefully to do everything they can to set themselves up for success. As Fear does use their ultimate and does appear to get some damage, but doesn't appear to get too much mileage out of their ultimate. What it does do is you were able to get a lot of information and being able to put pressure on the team to make it so that they can't just jump push you for free. As you see, Fury is actually like, no, we're going to get in here. As they're climbing up right on top of them, they're going to actually go ahead and put down Xset. Xset was doing a very good job of getting some damage, but it looks like, unfortunately, Panders is going to be going down right now, as they're doing a very good job. Sarah's doing a very good job right now of putting as much damage as possible. As you can see, Sarah actually jumps down to try to help out Tech, but it looks like Tech is just going to go ahead and have to fight it out right now, and Tech actually does a very nice job and gets some very nice movement as well, and is actually going to go ahead and clutch out the fight. And unfortunately, Xset's going to get eliminated by Furia right now. As they hear another team, Vaxlon is right there holding it down and seeing what they can do. He stunned him and they stunned themselves, but and Vaxlin is going to continue to rotate over, and that has to be terrifying, just having a Valkyrie just float around doing whatever she wants to just harass your team, and actually going to get the shield swap as well. And just like that, they have no reason to push. They can just sit up top and continue to drop shots. But whatever happens, both these teams can be gone in 15 seconds, because right now it is time that is that time where zone will be closing in 10 seconds. That's not enough time unless you have a heat shield. That is not enough time to go ahead and set yourself up for failure, as Vaxline is going to go ahead, drop down and get some very nice shots and put him straight into the dirt. Vaxline did a very nice job holding at high ground, doing everything they can to reposition themselves and set themselves up for success. As Furia is going ahead and use the tactical crouch button real quick and go ahead and let them know, like, listen, we using on Furia the tactical crouch. And Vaxline, you know, established a little bit of dominance, not a lot, but you know, a little bit of dominance right there. As you can see, teams are rotating in, and Complexity sees this. They're like, nah, you ain't rotating in for free, buddy. As they see people just flying, slipping, and sliding down these hills and stuff like that, and it's going to be a very dangerous game. You need whatever you need to do, you need to do it quickly, because this is round 5 of the final game, the final match of the night, ladies and gentlemen. And we have 7 squads with some rats. And right now, this is what we came here. This is the Apex Legends we wanted to see. We wanted to see some sweaty gameplay, and that's exactly what we got going on. We need to give a huge shout out to Lenovo Legion for this, because they're sponsoring. This tournament is brought to you by Lenovo Legion. All right, they offer gaming PCs, monitors, and accessories. Stylish on the outside, savage on the inside. As you can see, Complexity Shiny is going to sit here and try to see if they get some shots right now. They're not in very optimal spot in zone, but it looks like Ghost Bronzy is going to be able to get some really nice shots and go ahead and put All Glory Gaming into the dirt right now. As you can see, Bronzy is just hitting some shots after shots with the charge rifle. Tell this man to stop, slow it down. They want to play the game and try to shield up too. As you can see, Bronzy right, they're just waiting for the bubble to go down. There's no reason to go ahead and put it. As you can actually see, Seer right now is actually going to be able to stop the healing right now. You can just see they're all just dangerously low, and Bronzy's like, no, this is the final game, I'm turning up. And it takes kill leader from the entire lobby. As you can see, everyone is doing everything they can to support and fight for these lobbies, as Rack's getting a little greedy right now, trying to get this shield and get everything he needs, as teams are going to poke him, saying, hey, listen, you can loot, but you ain't looting for free. As you see, as Zero right now is able to go ahead and do his Seer things and stop the res, stop the healing, did a very good job right there overall. As Ghost Gaming is going to be sitting here watching, and it looks like Complexity actually has a Kraber right now. They know exactly where everybody is, or exactly where people are, but they unfortunately, in 16 seconds, the rock they're on, they're going to have to move. And you're gonna have to do it now, because if you don't do it now, you're gonna be losing it later. So they're definitely gonna try to rotate over sooner than later, because zone is closing right now and they need to move at this very moment. They're trying to see if they can position themselves on high ground, because if they can position themselves on high ground, that's gonna be setting them up for success. As Muffins is taking some really disgusting shots right now for someone with a charge rifle, so you're gonna need to hurry up and heal up, because zone's coming in. This round hurts. Come on, chop, 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 pork chop. Let's get to moving, because right now you're just seeing people rotating in, and a lot of these teams aren't in zone. As they hit a disgusting shot, Penny said, sit your butt down, boy. We're landing this jet right now. They have been grounded just like that, having the target focus. They did an amazing job, because guess what? Now they can no longer rotate how they want to rotate, and they're actually going to be able to secure that kill very easily. As Complexity just hit a disgusting shot. I see they hit another one. Unfortunately, they missed that one, but they did hit a disgusting shot and stop you. Listen, if you're going to Valcolt in front of Petty Boss, you better do it in cover, because guess what? Petty Boss is here for them games. You are not about to rotate for free here. My goodness, that was a very beautiful play right there. Overall, doing a very excellent job, as Ghost Gaming is using the Seer and use it to the best of their abilities and doing everything they can to interrupt all these healing and getting all this information. They're doing a very good job overall. My goodness. As you can see right now, everyone's just sitting here poking with all types of guns. We even see some havoc by Rack with not having a lot of bullets, only having 4 bullets left. But unfortunately, they need to play it slow. They don't even want to grab too much aggro, because right now bullets is the one thing that's lasting a little low here right now. As you can see at this moment, Complexity, Ghost Gaming, all are here ready to fight. Right now, as Ghost Gaming actually does have high ground, they will be the first ones who have to move from zone, unfortunately, but the thing they don't have is a lot of bullets, unfortunately. So right now they're trying to do everything they can to just burn down resources and try to make it so expensive as possible for you to just sit here and exist. Right now, as we see Bronzy going to sit there and look at everybody, you see Rack getting pushed up on right now. He's using Eva to the best of his abilities. He does get some nice shots, but Rack is going to get all the way down. Dangerous load and actually goes down, and Bronzy's the last person alive. Bronzy's unfortunately watching the entire fight, and Bronzy unfortunately seems to be disconnected or something, and just like that, Complexity won the game. Complexity did a very good job. My goodness, holding down, hitting those shots on the Valkyrie, and my goodness, what an amazing play right now. They getting the bubble, holding a position, all their team is alive. Complexity, my good, that's right, Petty Boss. There, that's what I imagine it sounds like. That was a very nice play overall, especially at the disgusting goodness